Google watching UFOs?
Need some advice, Rockhead. Make sure you get drunk or hit a stick of PCP before you go over there.
Ooh, you saw Alien?
Yeah. Light your blunts. Get your drinks. The show's about to begin. Welcome to the Cool Show. We got Pomona in the building. Talking about the aliens, we talk about the crib. Talking about the gang banging, talk about the prison. Whatever's on the mind, we can start this new edition. The Cool Show. We got Pomona in the building. Talk about the aliens, we talking about the crib. Talking about the gang banging, talking about the prison. Whatever's on the mind, we can start this new edition. The talk about the back of the moon and Stonehenge, and niggas in the prison with wounds from straight edge. UFO sightings in Area 51. Crippin' in Pomona, at times it wasn't fun. The Goose Show, Monterey's, please get the haters. We ain't got time for them, only talk about the craters in the moon. The flying aliens in the zone. If aliens are listening, I smoke like Cheech and Chong. Tell me about your people and I'll tell you about Pomona. Shout out to Cab Mac videos, that's my homie. I be the king real, this the circle when we chosen. This is the new edition of the hottest show, we on it. The Cool Show, we got Pomona in the building. Talking about the aliens, we talk about the crippin'. Talking about the gang banging, talk about the prison. Whatever's on the mind, we can start this new edition. The Goose Show. We got
shouts to them niggas that said I would never be shit. Flow so cold, when I spit I got them seasick. They can't see me, they should focus more. I do it to the roof gone like a dog with no vocal cords. Keep a magazine case I have to show a boy trip. I had you bagged up like you from the grocery store. I'm 42, they need me more than they hate me. The streets ain't safe, so the burner don't got a safe. They tell me don't do it, but I don't never learn. Put that fire to your head, and I ain't talking about no perm. Ain't nobody gave me shit. Anything I got, I earned. Yeah, I got them slick words, but I'm really about them verbs. And I still be on them curbs like an hourglass shaped bitch. When I move to work, I hustle hard like it's game 6. Real nigga, I don't fake shit. Never. No squares in my circle, stay the same, never shake shit. 1 for the homies, 2 for the liquor, 3 for the cheese, ½ for the switches. We gon' add this money, divide these bitches. And if we have to, we gon' subtract these niggas. 1 for the homies, 2 for the liquor, 3 for the trees, ½ for the switches. We gon' add this money, divide these bitches. And if we have to, we gon' subtract these niggas.
These my niggas, that's how we ruling this shit. Brothers smoking blunts, pumping pump, and punkin' chumps. That's how we doing that shit. Fucking niggas up, fucking niggas up real bad.
The hearts of man be coated in icicles. But you need a hug, what you need a little tickle. I keep loose change, you know I keep a nickel. Play the 4-5 that'll have your hospital. Blow the whistle, foul on the play. This nigga out of bounds, he working for the DA. Trying to get a deal, fake hating on the real. You know I'm trying to eat, you know, stack a few meals. I'm alright, I ain't sick, the flow's ill. Run circles on the track, don't treadmill. Bring the shit to life, most time it gets killed. You in the presence of a G, so respect Neil. Don't put your life in jeopardy. Fear factors when you face in front of the semi. Families view when your wheels cost a fortune. And I'm focused, man. Machine in motion. Don't drill. Ain't nobody else spitting like this. Down to come from the shoulders in the hill. Leather seats, wood grain on the wheel.
I got sucker repellent on me, homie. Now what you saying? I represent the city. Pomona, no, we ain't playing. Why you looking mad? Cause your baby mama a fan. I don't do the perk, no baby. I don't do Zans. I was pushing down Gary, headed right to the turf. These niggas looking shady, could tell they was on alert. Then I hit the USA, cause I know the clerk. Used to be at All-Star 2, we sold the work. I keep money on my mind and all my niggas do. Fly in with a gang, yeah, we the fucking truth. Mafia bros, put on a Dre, this ain't nothing new. And when I step up in the spot, these niggas better move. Yeah, a blind nigga said he see me on the top. A deaf nigga said he heard this when it's drop. I'm a guy that don't stop from the cream with a crop. Janitor, up on the scene with a mop. I get green from above, they on my D by the flock. In the trap, what you need, homie? Trey, you're the rock, don't get seen by the cops. And you gotta pay the game to put your feet on this block, nigga. Don't trip, ain't nobody else bustin' like this. That's why your bitch tryna function with the crib. Keep some blue tips loaded in the clip. Don't trip, ain't nobody nobody else spin like this. Politicking.
Oh yeah, nice little intro there. Welcome to the Goob Show. I am Promoters Only Goob. Yes, sir. I just went outside, looked up. It's a full moon today, so what could be a better night to have the homie Omar on, and we talking about some technology. That's what we're gonna get on today. As some people may know, shout out to the homie Kev Mack. He'll be taking over my show on Thursday. So it'll basically be the Kev Mack show on the Google's platform. And he has all rights to do what he do. Welcome in, Get 'em Jank, Vibing, El Cinco, Crystal, Bernie Smith, OG Steve, Bronx in the house, for sure, Allington. Appreciate y'all stopping through. Today we're going to get into talking about how technology, of course I have some UFO videos that I'm going to play. Got my Back of the Moon shirt on. I'm going to have to, I got this printing machine, man. I'm going to have to do, get my shirt game up, man, and get my logo and all that. Get 'em Jank right now. It's up to Kev what time. Kev usually goes around 8, 9, or 10, so he hasn't told me what time. So he's just going to have my show on that time. It'll be listed under him with his show. But at this time, I don't know. But without further ado, I don't want to hold my homie back in the background. I was just giving y'all a little something that's going on in a couple days on my platform. But tonight, my homie, once again, Omar Bradley Jr. What's up with you, my brother?
Yo, what's going on, brother? Oh, let me ask you a question. So is that going to be every Thursday or just this Thursday?
No, just this Thursday, because we made a bet. So let me let people understand. I played a little 15-minute video thing, assumption on how we got to it. We bet on the Steeler game. He bet me because I kept saying the Steelers, once they get in the playoffs, we was going to the Super Bowl. So I said if they go to the Super Bowl, every year I have a party when the Steelers make it to the Super Bowl. I done had 2 out here. You know what I'm saying? One when we played Arizona and one when we played Green Bay. The Arizona one was a better turnout. That was in 2000. No, which one was when they went to? No, matter of fact, it was. Yeah, it was the best. 2005 and 2008.
You know that's a bad sign when you got to reach all the way back into your mental Rolodex and think about it. When you got to think that hard, that's a bad sign. Like the people in Arizona won't like admit it, but you should not have Donald Trump speak in your town right when your team is about to play.
Right, that was
that's
bad.
not gonna work out too well for you. You know what I'm saying?
And the
not
Cardinals
only
got
is your team gonna lose, but everybody there is gonna get COVID. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna work out for you, not one bit. You
right.
You have Donald Trump come talk, your team's gonna lose. That's just how that's gonna work out. I don't care how you spin it. And it's factual right now. Until Donald Trump come talk and your team win, it's a proven fact as of right now.
Every state he goes to,
you lose. Until we see otherwise, don't let him come talk if your team is playing.
Yeah, and see, that's the crazy thing is they still letting this fool talk. You know what I'm saying? He should be sitting down somewhere. As many investigations going on right now.
You know what? And you and I, we had said that one day we were going to talk about how we were getting ready to have this closure. And then, like the January 6th inquiry happened, and then disclosure stopped. Like it was all in the news. They played the
Right.
videos, they played the footage of what was going on the Nimitz and what was going on in over these aircraft carriers, and they showed the video footage of these
Right.
jets chasing these tic tac looking objects. And then January 6th happened, and then the January 6th inquiries happened, and then it was like they really just stopped this close. Like that stopped everything. I'm not saying that that's not
Right. Right.
something that they shouldn't look into, but they definitely stopped
And that's what
talking
we.
about
Right.
the
You
UFO thing. They hit the
getting that.
brakes on.
Yeah. Getting it out there, and that's what
Right.
I heard. Shout out, like I say, man, Tyler from Secure Team 10. Boy, keep it real, cause I know, on a few of his videos, he has spoke about, they fuck with him, they mess with his channel, and did whatnot, and then you have a lot of channels that's coming out. Say, for instance, like me, you know what I'm saying? Like the videos that I'm getting. Never am I saying what I know it's supposed to be. I know it's not something that they telling us that we have to put in the air. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Right.
a lot of people get on here and make the falsifications like shit is more detailed. I don't want to get into that aspect. I'm showing what people are seeing just like what I've seen. You know what I'm saying? But they'll push it and put it out there, right? They're gonna have something else that's gonna happen in society where they have to push it back to the back burner so they don't have to tell society, because they're really not trying to tell us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They're trying to keep it a secret. They don't want nobody else to say it, but at the same time, they can't stop it from coming out because too many
Right.
people are starting to see it. You know what I'm saying?
And I don't want to say, I don't want to say that this January 6th inquiry is a waste of time. I don't want to say that. What I do want to say though is we have an understanding of how the criminal justice system works. We know that if somebody dies while you doing something, if the police shoot somebody while you committing a crime, you catch the murder. If me and you go rob a bank and the guard shoots a person making a withdrawal in that bank, you catch that homicide because the guard only shot that person because you were robbing the bank. So
Right.
everybody at that January 6th insurrection, the moment that young woman died, they should have called a homicide. Everybody there, because there would not have been a
Listen.
homicide had they not have gone. So until you
Right.
give everybody a murder case, you're not serious. But this
Right.
is the inequality that happens in the justice system. The same way back in 2016, me and you have talked about this before. The dude named Caleb, the white dudes, they took over the federal building, the federal wildlife building. The FBI
Right.
came, the tribal police came, and they let them dudes, they put up a barricade, but they let them dudes drive the federal trucks in and out of the parking lot to go to the grocery store to buy food. They
Yeah.
went back and forth to the grocery store, and them dudes was called heroes. Only one of them
Right.
dudes got killed in the long run. It was a 16, 17-day standoff. But one guy that got killed because he actually shot at the police driving
Right.
away. But the FBI was there, the police was there, and they turned it into a family dispute. The dude was like, my family should own this land. It was federally regulated land that was owned by Native Americans first, and it was
Right,
federally
right.
protected land. And none of them dudes caught a case. They did not catch a murder case. And
Yeah,
so
they're not gonna do it. Look,
they not gonna do it. But those four that got busted with this LAPD that just got shot house hunting at night.
right?
Oh, it
They
only
go
takes one to pull the trigger and kill him, but all
right.
four of them are catching murder. Plus, the sheriff out of LA bypassing the DA. The DA still was going to charge him with murder, but he wasn't going to give him the gang enhancement. And everybody that's on
Right.
your channel, since this is primarily a What's Happening in the Hood channel, y'all know what the gang enhancement is. We want life plus 20, which means if reincarnation is real, you got to come back to the pen that you die in because we keeping you extra for
Right.
killing a cop.
Right.
And
See
the
the hey,
girl,
the those 10 dudes that was on with them proud not the Proud Boys, but the ones they got right now for sedition. It's 10. I think it's like 10 of them. Oh, they looking at some time. Dude with the patch over his eye.
right,
They looking at some time. But the point about them is they were talking to higher than them. Because it's always going to go to the top. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to get to the top if they don't push it to the top. That's why they're trying to change the laws for 2022. You know what I'm saying? For one reason, they want to stop this January 6th commission. And if they can get
right.
enough people in the Senate or the House on the Republican side, and how they gonna do that is by voting in all Republicans. Why? Because they finna change all the voting laws. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you can't bring nobody water while they standing in 110-degree weather to vote. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
if Sandra Bland can get shot by a police officer because she didn't use her blinker,
right,
and the police officer don't face no disciplinary action, and we catch cases committing crimes of poverty, somebody else gets shot because we hungry, we robbed a Jack in the Box, and a poorly trained guard kill
what's up with you,
somebody else
Lisa?
because they can't shoot.
Appreciate you stopping by.
What
Corey
why is
Bird,
how is it
appreciate
fair?
you.
How is it fair that they not
Okay,
talking about murder the way they would be talking about murder if it was a Million Man March type of situation going up in there?
right, right.
You know, if Farrakhan was leading the group,
But here's what I'm
we'd all
saying.
be counting murder.
Right. What I was saying about the 10 dudes that's getting the sedition, they finna get some time. They finna get about 20, 30 years in the feds, right?
And yeah,
Because they got them with text messages talking, sending guns. They had it all planned, right? But
they gonna get
somebody told,
conspiracy.
yeah, they gonna get them for conspiracy like they get every other, you know, when they was doing the gang, getting with us with conspiracies and all that.
Conspiracy
However,
don't take much.
no, don't take much. He said they killed a
Yeah.
kid inside the juvenile place here. Just today, they decided not to charge the cops for killing him. And where is that? Get him, Jake. Where you at again? Yeah, that's crazy right there.
Conspiracy can be as simple as I know I just paid you for the cocaine. I don't have time to cook it. Can you cook it for me and crack it up and bag
Right.
it? And then I'm gonna come pick up the bags. I done already paid you for it, and I'll just come get it later.
Yeah, they
Oh, we
got the
got a record of you
conspiracy.
asking them. We got a record of you asking them to break it down, and you coming back to get it. You ain't even got to
Right.
come get it yet. We knew you was coming. That's enough to get you and send you to the feds. That's all it takes for conspiracy. You know what I'm
Right, right.
saying? But again, the timing, there was nothing to stop the
Oh,
release of information. There was nothing to stop. The public was ready for it. We was ready for this disclosure. The pilots was talking, the military was talking, the higher ups was talking, Even commercial airlines was releasing their footage that they had. Commercial airline pilots was going in their phones and finally, oh, I recorded this 3 years ago and I never told anybody because I thought I was going to lose my job. People were coming out of the woodworks that had never released their own videos because they were afraid they would lose their jobs. And then suddenly it was an all stop. And you know, some of these guys, like a Nick Pope, who worked for the British
What did you
government
say?
for 20, 30 years.
No, I guess somebody's replying. Well, who? Lisa. What up with you, Lisa? Appreciate you coming through. She from the South. You know what I'm saying? They got their own platform over there.
Yeah, she was found dead in her. She was found dead in her cell. But what I'm saying is, she was arrested right then and there for no turn signal.
Well, she was arrested.
That's my point.
Yeah, so somebody else had said it, so that's why I brought up the comment, because I guess I didn't hear what you were saying when you said Sandra Bland. But yeah, I had a thing, you know, on the technology, right? And that's where I think when we were speaking about how this January 6th cut off the information that was going to get to, they wanted to get out from the people that was right there for them to give out to us. You know what I'm saying? They stopped it. But if you look at it's this technology map of how all our technology. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna share it. She says SSV for Sheezy. You know we repping that up in here from on the 2 S's, but I can't do that. Just my homie from Compton. Paru. I had to extend it out like you. You know how
I'm just trying not to embarrass my mama. That's gonna be the name of my YouTube channel. I'm just trying not to embarrass my mama.
Hey, we do it every time, though. You know what I'm saying? We don't slip too much off the rails. I don't do that on my platform either. My mama's not here, so you know what I'm saying. So I know that she looking down like, you know, I feel it. I might not know, but if I go berserk on this internet and get to tripping or something, I might go to sleep, wake up, my neck hurt, man, why my ribs hurt? Why my stomach hurt?
What was her weapon of choice? Was it a switch? Was it a extension cord?
Oh no, I got the extension cord. Well, let me tell you a story how my mom's was. This is how cold my mom was. If I got in trouble, she wouldn't say nothing to me. She had like a poker face. She wouldn't let me know nothing, right? But it was just me and my mom when we was younger. So my mom did everything. She folded clothes, made up my bed. She did everything. I was a spoiled ass little young kid. When I had to go to the take a bath, she brought my clothes. I didn't go get them, and then they was in there, or she was gonna bring them. There you go. If I didn't get them motherfuckers, if they wasn't sitting there when I walked in there to go take a bath, oh shit! As soon as a nigga get out that water, that's when a nigga used to tear. Wet, man, straight wet. But yeah. But I was a spoiled nigga, so I didn't get too many of them. I just can remember that one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But of course, I have some videos, man, that came in from January, since this is like the second week of the year. This is what's crazy, how much we're getting videos of UFOs coming. You know what I'm saying? Sites taking pictures or videos of them so quick in a year. Because I think I have about 7, but I didn't put them all on here. I'm going to do about 3. But I want to bring up that Let me find it again.
Okay. Somebody asked.
Go ahead.
What is it?
Which
Corey
one?
Bird asked who saw the FG Mob James Street TV interview. Okay, Corey, FG is my not my biological big brother, but he is my god brother. He's my holy water cross god brother.
Who is that?
Oh, the Mob James. Remember you was asking me about did I see the Mob James is a snitch video? And I was like, nah, I didn't see it. And then I went back and I saw it and I was like, oh man, the guy in the video, I know that guy. That's my god brother. He ran with my cousin Jamal, rest in peace. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you gotta find the video. Let me tell you, man.
There was somebody that said, "Go ahead." Just
so I got beat. I'm gonna put it out there. I got beat for wetting the bed, but it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. So okay, this is gonna be kind of a long but short story, but it's hilarious, right? So.
Don't trip. They used to long stories over here.
So I would go to church. My auntie ran Bible study because my great uncle ran the church, right? So I was one of them kids that had to get on my knees and pray before bed. Can't believe I'm telling the story to the world. So I'm on my knees, I'm praying before bed, and I would hear this voice, man, and this voice would say, "Little motherfucker, Jesus don't love you." And I would pee on myself. And I would go try to change my clothes before my dad would see me. But he would see me and he would just whoop my ass, right, for peeing in the bed. So next night, I pray and I would hear this voice, "Little motherfucker, Jesus don't love you." And I pee on myself. So this went on for like a week, bruh. And I'm peeing on myself, and my dad is like, "What is going on with you?" I said, "Dad, man, every time I say my prayers, Satan says," "How you know it's Satan, son?" I'm like, "Because Satan is saying, little motherfucker, Jesus don't love me." So he took me to my pastor, who's my great uncle, his uncle. "Tell him what Satan says." I'm like, "Uncle Tommy, Satan says," "Can I say it, Dad?" "Go ahead and say it." "Uncle Tommy, Satan says, little motherfucker, Jesus don't love you." There, I said it. My Uncle Tommy says, "Nephew, I don't think it worked like that." So he goes sit me outside. They sit me outside. He pulls my dad back in. And him and my dad sitting down. And I hear them through the door say, "We might have to go get this little nigga some help." I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand. So I'm going back. My great uncle says, "Just keep saying your prayers, keep saying your prayers." So I'm saying my prayers, right? And I'm still hearing, "Little motherfucker, Jesus don't love you." So I'm peeing, I'm getting my ass whooped, but I'm still committed to these prayers. So my dad is getting up to go take a piss right as I'm saying the prayers, and the voice says it, "Little motherfucker, Jesus don't love you." My dad heard the voice, ran outside. It was a homeless man sleeping in the backyard. My dad goes outside, whooped the dude's ass, right? My mama calls the police. They arrest the man. They arrest him. This is Compton. They arrest the dude. So the police asking, he bloody because my pops was swole. You know what I'm saying? Right. They arrest the dude. The cop asking, "Why did you do that to that kid, man? You was torturing him. Why did you do it?" He was like, "Man, that little motherfucker kept waking me up." To this day, my daddy never apologized. He never apologized for me. That was Compton in the 80s.
Hey, so you was taking ass whoopings for that old.
Oh man, I was So they had told my dad, they was like, because our garage was separate from the house and it was recessed.
Right,
So
right.
it was on the side of the house, but it was kind of pushed back. So they told my dad that, and we had like a cornfield and place to grow vegetables behind the house because there was no houses behind our house. It was a separate lot.
So the area that I came, look, when I first met you the first time, my wife brought me over to meet you and your wife.
That was the Poplar house.
On what street was that? Because I don't even remember how we got there, or
that
man,
was over in what was considered neighborhood Piru. The house in this area was an original West Side Piru. That's where this house was. So that was 134th Street, but behind it was 135th Street. Right. And to this day, Omar ain't giving no bums no change. Yeah, we was giving bums. And then let me tell you something, man. The police said that they would sleep up against houses because it kind of kept them warm. Right. So I had an uncle, won't say his name, but I had an uncle that was a drug dealer. And so the day after, we had a full-grown ass German Shepherd in the backyard. He wasn't a puppy. I didn't play with him. I didn't know its name. It was just full-grown in the backyard. I was like, "We got a dog?" My dad said, "Yeah." I came home from school happy, like, "Okay, we got a dog." I look in the backyard. It was a whole ass big dog, like nothing for me to go and bond with. Or anything. I couldn't feed it. Nothing. It was like
well, she,
I ain't going back.
She put that in capital letters too.
Oh, how's my dad? My dad is great. His cancer is in remission. He's doing well. We're working on a couple documentaries, and he's doing his thing. Yeah, that was that.
Continue. So continue. Where is the house that we went to? Because like I said, I've been to Compton maybe 2 times. I mean, I couldn't. You know what I'm saying? My mom more than 2 times because my mom had a friend. I just remember going out there and seeing by where those wires are. I can't remember, but she used to always tell me I was too young. And then going out there when I came to your house.
So basically, the way you got to my house was you hopped off of Central and you made a right.
What's up with your Archangel? Appreciate you stopping in, man.
You made a right off the 91 off of Central, and then you came down to Poplar and made a right and shot up Poplar past Tibby Elementary School, crossed Tejada, and just pulled over on Poplar, right? And that was basically essentially neighborhood Piru, and up a little further was Cedar Block Piru. So that's really what that area is. And then right across the street is still West Side Piru, and on the other side of that is 151st Street. And as far as Latino gangs is concerned, that 155 is next to that. And then I guess I would say north of that would be Campanella Park.
Okay.
And then further, I guess I would say south of that would be Nutty Block, and then moving further over from that would be South Side. Further east of that would be Santana Block, and from there.
What's up with your Andrew Charles? Appreciate you stopping through, Okay, for the young people out there and not aware, sometimes I have blinkers. I didn't know where I was at, but we was good.
I was blessed to be able to go. You know what? I didn't have no beef.
It was good.
in Compton with anybody, man. I was
No,
blessed
because
to be able to
the
go.
reason I say that is because your area. That's why I asked you what was around you, right?
Mhm.
Because you know, I'm pretty darn sure that I was coming to an area with the color I had on, not knowing where I was going. That's what I was trying to say. When I came over to your house, you know, I didn't know I
Mhm.
was going into a predominantly Damu area. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And came over there with blue on. You know what I'm saying? That's when I figured out, you know, later I figured out by talking to you
Yeah, but you
that
know
you were
what?
a Damu. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
uh, um, go ahead. I was looking at
Well, no, the
trying to
beautiful
add this thing too, but
the beautiful thing though, man, was like we had the conversation. I had always respected the fact that Compton doesn't have Crips. Compton got Compton Crips. And so my upbringing was, if we outside of Compton, the Crippin' and Pyru stops, we are brothers in arms. And if somebody decide they want to get at you, I don't care what Crip sets you from. I'm your Compton brother, and we gonna get down with whoever. And
for sure, Henny
and
God, appreciate you just tapping in.
um and I definitely understood the history of whatever hood I was in, and I always knew I was always aware of who I was, not on some stuck up stuff, but I was
Right, right.
always like, okay, I'm the mayor's son. It would not be fair for me to be out here banging because nobody would be able to truly bang back on me. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be Buster. That would make me super Buster material. You know what I'm saying? Like
If you were
for the mayor's
right,
son to go bang on
be
somebody
super
and then they can't get
right,
back at me and retaliate because I'm the mayor's son. That would be real
right.
suspect of me. So in order to continue to be a stand-up guy, you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you can't be active and try to be in the streets because a person can't really, you know what I'm saying? A person can't get back at you.
You,
That would be kind of dirty
you
for
see
you
what
to try
Monique
to be
say?
out in the street. Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
put it up there. You seen it? All right,
Yeah, I read it. Thank you very much. Yeah.
all
Yeah,
right. Yeah,
my family, we take Compton very seriously. And we take
right.
Compton very seriously because, you know,
Y'all been
we
there? Look, is your whole family? Okay, let's do this. How did your dad get into the politician, becoming a politician in the mayor of Compton?
um
Was it? Do you know that part? If you don't know, then
I
you
could
know
tell
I
you
was just asking.
I could tell you exactly how, but I'm trying to
So,
figure out how to make it brief so we can go into what we was going to.
oh, okay.
So they
No,
didn't.
you the one that jumped over here on this
No,
topic. So
I was
I might as
asked.
well just I was
Okay,
just gonna ask some questions that I've been wanting to ask. Since you
okay.
want to
So
stay here, we'll stay
so
in
they
this
didn't.
lane for a
So
minute.
they
Go
so
ahead.
they didn't let black people do anything in Compton. Compton was lily white.
Right, right,
And my grandmother, as we talked about before, she was an Eastern Star. She and a woman by the name of Bernice Woods, they wanted to join the PTA, and the white woman wouldn't let them. They said they could bring cookies and they could sit outside. But my grandmother and Bernice Woods had degrees. When the '65 riots jumped off, my grandfather owned a gas station and he fought police officers. He actually got into a fist fight with police officers and hid black men in his gas station. So my grandfather's gas station became a place for black people to hide when white people came looking for them. They understood that they could go hide at the Texaco gas station that my grandfather owned. From there, when Malcolm X came to Compton, he owned a house in Compton. He would come to my grandfather's gas station. My grandmother knew Governor Gray Davis before he was governor, and she knew Vice President Hubert Humphreys, who was vital in writing um, several portions of the civil rights bills. And my grandmother wrote portions of the civil rights bill. So the things that help free Black people to this day are things that my grandmother wrote. My dad was recruited to go to West Point in
And
the 10th grade.
who was your grandmother?
My
Who was
grandmother's
your
name was
grandmother?
Omar Bradley. She was unsung because they didn't really support Black women back then. I mean, they didn't really support women back then. There's a
Okay.
couple newspaper articles on her, but the newspaper articles on her is basically her speaking out during the Watch riots. So my family um, has been in the civil rights movement long before my dad. Um, then there was a lot of homicides going on in Compton, and that's what made my dad up and run for mayor. He lost twice for mayor. He lost twice for school board. Then he ran for councilman and he won. And Walter Tucker ran for mayor after his father passed, and he won for mayor. Then the 92 riots jumped off. When the 92 riots jumped off, Walter um, left and went to Washington, D.C., and they made my father mayor pro tem. And when they made him mayor pro tem, he had to handle the city. We had $100 million worth of damage done, and we had a $2 million deficit. And what people don't know is the National Guard was called in. The National Guard was coming to take over the city, and they were going to start putting Black people in these makeshift camps. And my dad actually
When
stopped.
in '92?
Yeah, my
Whoa.
dad stopped them. He actually stopped a tank that was moving up Central. So my dad was real
Okay.
rider. Like we gon' this is not happening. Um, and that's when he really made himself an enemy uh, to Caucasian politicians. So then they started writing. He was with Farrakhan, and that didn't stick. Uh, then he started doing stuff for gang members. He started writing programs to get gang members off the streets, where he basically just made sure they got paid. Um, he became mayor. We fixed the $100 million worth of damage. We cleared the $2 million deficit. Compton didn't have any buses, so we created our own bus system. Um, our police department has stolen 95 keys of cocaine. Our police department had 40 gallons of PCP that was missing. We had 38 guns that came out of our gun lockup that had been used in homicide across the city. So we had to get rid of our police department. Um, and when we did that, they came for my dad. The gun that was used to kill Tupac Shakur allegedly came from our lockup. And once all this stuff
Whoa.
happened, the FBI came to my father and said, either you are a part of this, or you're going to do something about it. Or basically, if you don't do something about it, we know you're in on it. When they said that, a police officer out of Long Beach by the name of Brian Watt was shot in the head, and he survived. And they came and told him, hey, that gun came out of your lockup. My dad contacted the chief and said, hey, the FBI said this gun came out of the lockup. The chief said, no, it didn't. So my dad supported the chief, came back that the gun did come out of the lockup. So at that point, we got rid of the whole police department, and we contracted with the sheriff. But the sheriff contract was only supposed to be for 3 years while we rebuilt the police department. The police department wanted my dad out so bad that they actually cheated to get him out. They cheated for a former police officer who was a DA. The DAs prosecuted my dad for the DA who ran against my dad, which was a violation of the Hatch Act. They got my dad thrown in jail after my dad proved that he was cheated, and he proved election fraud, and my dad's been a convicted felon ever since. We've proven that he didn't commit a crime. We've proven that he was cheated in his election. We've proven that in court. But sometimes, as we'll get into in our discussion, sometimes there's so much money being made by people that it's best for you to be out the way. And that's the problem with disclosure. You know, it when you talk about these UFOs, when you talk about free energy, we have to remind ourselves that even the prison industry will take a hit, because Verizon Wireless makes money off the prison industry. There are inmates that are working for 5 cents an hour.
Yes, sir, for sure.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
So they will take out a small town mayor if that small town mayor is messing up their money. When people come on here and say, "Hey, we're crazy," these UFOs, these things don't exist. Why don't they just tell us about this? Come on. You have to think about the people who are going to lose money. Exxon's going to lose money. Chevron's going to lose money. You got people who are going to lose money because there's guys. The people don't think about the inmates in the industry that is created by people that are sitting in jail, and people who are. We economize everything.
That's why they built so many private prisons.
That's why they build these private prisons.
Man, that's a money game. It's a money. Look,
that's what it is.
And see, that's why when I came up with this technology, we're going to get into this now. You know who don't want to see flying cars or electric cars or anything of that nature, or new technology coming out within cars? The reason that this hit me so hard is I was looking at a commercial, and I don't know how many people seen the commercial where they're driving down the street and they just take their hands off the steering wheel and start clapping. You know, the car is steering for itself. You know what I'm saying? Our technology is so much advanced, and boy, these oil companies, what you gonna do when everything is electric? What you gonna do with that oil? Oil ain't gonna be worth nothing just for cars. I guarantee you they're making so much money off cars, and gas. They're gonna lose a ton of money. They're gonna billions, trillions once our technology start gaining. So, but look, when Ford
doesn't want a flying car. Ford doesn't want a flying car because Ford can't make a flying car. They would have to shut down every factory and retool every factory to build a flying car.
Right.
They would go bankrupt retooling every factory.
Right. So look at our technology, and is this too small for you?
No,
it is kind of for me. You see where we started at the Stone Age, the first level? See, I can't. I got to open it up. You'll be able to. Let's see if I can make it a little bigger. And then we got the Bronze Age. You know. See, I should have made it a little bit bigger so I can show you what's in it. Like I don't know what this up to 4,000 BC is. You know what I'm saying? But look at the distance and time of technology. It's up to 4,000 BC. Say, for instance, our planet is what? 4.5 billion years old? If they want to give it, right? So the next one, the second level, is 4,000 BC to 12,000. So what's that? 8,000 years for them to have that technology. To jump from 12,000 to 5,000, whatever this is, CE or whatever. and then the 500, 1400, and then when we get to the Renaissance, see, that's my problem because I can't see it. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. There we go. In the medieval, say for instance medieval, we were still on steel weapons, mathematics was zero, saddles with stirrups. That was our technology in the medieval. From 500 to 14, that's 950 years. Then we get to the Renaissance, gunpowder, printing. What I want to get to is level 6, when we jump from 1900s to 1950. Cars, airplanes, radios, airliners, submarines, fission bombs, alternating current, which we were talking about on the last one, with the resistors and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, I can't get my the modern up. Hold on, let me scroll down. There we go. All right. So look at our jump from 1900, that was 50 years that we did to car planes. 51 to 2000, now we got nuclear energy, computers, lasers, rockets, space shuttle, hovercraft. We haven't really got that really out there. But they're saying from 2001 to 2050, slower than light space travel, which we already getting into that motion. This is our era now. Space faring era, level 8. They can't even go to what level 9 or level 10 is. What I was getting at is, look at the distance from way at the Renaissance back to the Iron Age, how many thousands of years it took them to get there. Our jump came in between 1900 to 1950. And that's when we started with the first Roswell happened. What was Roswell? 1940 something?
Yeah, 47.
Right. From that time, look, modern era is only 9 years before we already in the space faring. After it took thousands of years in these first 5 levels for our technology to even gain, in these last 2, we've done it in the last 6, 7, and 8, or from 5 to 8. We've done it in less than 300 years. 300 years. So I'm saying that to say that we can't get our technology jumping in 2022 from what we seeing in the skies that's coming down here telling us we're on the right track to get the knowledge. We just using the knowledge the wrong way. Like we getting atomic bombs and whatnot. Let me see what some people say.
You have a couple things that you're looking at there, and Monique, you're correct there.
Where? You want me to bring it back up? I'll bring it back up so you can see it.
No. But her comment is correct. What I'm saying is you have 2 things that you're looking at there in that image. One is that is a historical reference based on European information. Information, number 1.
Okay.
And number 2, you're also that's not considering transportation. Basically,
go ahead. So you're saying this is that? Look,
there. They got gunpowder. That's okay. So Renaissance and colonial.
No,
gunpowder.
Here's what I was using that as.
Gunpowder.
Here's what I was using it as. Because I got to find the other one. Exactly what you're saying. I was only using this as a basis of how long our technology from the beginning to here to where we are now.
Yeah,
That's
we
a
speeding up
big
and
jump.
going faster. Yeah,
We
absolutely.
going way faster. Now you can implement Egyptian stuff in here. You can whatever you want. It still doesn't take away that the last few years our technology has jumped from the time that a UFO crashed on this planet, or so they say in the first one. Because I
Right.
believe there's more that have, and they just say this one was just visible by so many people, they had to say something. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
I
that's
know
the only
that.
reason. But go ahead. That's the only reason I was using that
No, I
as
understand
an
exactly.
example.
I understand exactly what you're saying. This you're using this as a point of reference to solidify and cement what we talked about last time. Like, how did y'all go from a propeller plane to
Right,
supersonic to
right,
supersonic travel within a matter of like 10 years? You guys
right,
went from the Enola Gay, which was a propeller plane with some windows, and that was your
right.
technology,
And see, we can
to
go
the SR
what we were talking about.
71
It
Blackbird,
blocked
right?
it blocked me
You had
out,
that
but
first. You had that
right,
first, and then 10 years
right,
later, you had the SR-71. You know
which
what I'm
is this
saying?
one
And
right
that,
here.
yeah, in a 10-year jump,
Right.
right?
So that's why
Because
I
that,
was using that as how much technology, and then you say
right.
we went from there to this.
That one
In a,
came before the SR-71. The 812,
so we
the
went from
812,
this. We
yes,
went from that
the
as a
812.
fighter flyer to
No,
the
that's a bomber.
to
Yeah,
to this
to that, yes, and then to the
to
other one.
this.
To that, yes.
That's how fast our technology has
Right.
advanced here. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And there's no
Um,
way in heck you could tell me that you went from the Enola Gay to the A12 to the SR-71
Shout out to you, Stan. Appreciate you coming in.
based on just human understanding and math. There's no way you're gonna convince me of that. But also,
Let me catch some. I want to catch some of these comments because I see they're talking up in here. She
yeah,
says, "Get them where the Aztec people. You may yet look at these faces and stones." Yeah, somebody else said it. Lisa said it. If you look at the ancient Egyptian pyramids, it clearly points to Mars. That's why they keep sending satellites there. Well, actually, Lisa, the Great Pyramids of Giza are actually aligned with Orion's belt, and there's a few pyramids. One in Mahagataz in Mexico. That's made. I may have the name totally effed up. I may have effed it all the way up. That's
Mazatlan.
for. That's it, Mazatlan. I knew it was something with an M. I couldn't get it, but it forms in the way of Orion's belt, and that's what a lot of people say. Why are pyramids and so many artifacts on this earth aligned the same way as Orion's belt? Archangel says, like when they captured the 1964 as well, alien, and they were asking
Black people,
questions.
look at the head. Look at the heads of the Olmecs. Look
Yeah.
at the heads of the Olmecs. Have you ever seen the heads of the Olmecs?
The Olmecs?
Yeah, the Olmecs. Have you ever seen the Olmecs heads, the statues from Mexico?
No.
I'm gonna show you. Tell me these aren't
Olmec.
black.
The Olmec. The Olmec head. Here you go.
Yeah.
I already knew which ones you were talking about.
Yeah,
Let's see if I'm trying to pull them up. We can pull them up while we're looking. Them right there. Olmec heads.
yeah.
You talking about? Look at
Tell
big
me those
noses.
are black people.
Big lip. Yeah. Big lips.
You know where that is? You know where that is?
In Mexico, if I'm not let me see.
Yep, in Mexico.
I was gonna say Peru, but Mexico, because Peru has a lot
So when people want to know why those
Right.
ancients have pyramids, it's because we
Right.
went there and we taught them how to build pyramids. Well before the colonizers went, how do you think corn
Right.
got to Africa? And see, this is this when you lie to people and you take a person's history and say it's
Right.
yours, you're gonna run into a ball of confusion. And this is the problem.
What's up
It's
with you,
just like,
Southside Compton?
do
Appreciate
y'all
you
think
stopping
the
through.
do you think the bagpipe comes from uh Scotland or Ireland? You know where the
Yeah. See,
bagpipe really comes from? Goop?
no,
You know where the
I don't.
bagpipe comes from?
I don't.
The
From
bagpipe
where?
comes from Egypt.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Shit, you learn something new every day.
Everything in their culture
Right.
in Scotland, the Scottish Rite Masons is they worshiping Egypt. And so they took the bagpipe too. That's an Egyptian instrument. And
Right.
see, they don't want to tell you that. They just want to just rape your culture and give you the understanding that it's theirs, but it's not theirs. It
Right.
belongs to you.
But look, let me ask you a question. So, uh, it's some how many? This is ancestor after ancestor after ancestor that would have to sit there and carve that with just a pick and a rock.
We don't know. No.
You
You
see what I'm
can't
saying?
carve that with a pick. That was not carved with a pick and a rock. They don't know how
So
that was carved because those are so
exactly
old. They don't know.
right,
They don't know how those were carved because the symmetry on those when they were originally carved. Every head you're looking
right,
at is damaged. Every last one is damaged.
right.
They are not in a perfect original state.
That
Those are that get them jank. Those are the ones
that
in Mexico. Those
yeah,
are
that's
the ones
out
in
jumping.
Mexico. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah, that's the ones we're looking at. Get them, Jane. But see, that's where I say advanced technology comes in. They had to be getting something from another somewhere else to give them the ability to make some of these artifacts that's on. I understand. Don't take it away from our ancestors as black folks and say that Egyptians or black folks back then that did. Man, they had to have some help though. I mean, you can't tell me they built them pyramids by themselves and we can't duplicate those tasks. None of these tasks that are seen on here, from the Stonehenge to these Olmec heads to the solid spherical rocks that they find around the world. It would take centuries after century to do that with just the tools because we can't replicate it to this day. So,
I'm not
they had to
saying
get
that.
some advance.
I'm not saying. I would never say that. This was just done by people from Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Why did you say they were damaged? Why did you say all the heads were damaged? What did you mean by that?
Because when they found those heads, they were all underneath dirt and sand.
Oh, okay.
Those heads were not found sitting on top of anything. They unearthed those heads in an archaeological dig. So, you see what I'm saying? So by the time they got them, they had already been rubbed down and
right.
sanded down, and earth had rubbed them. So even though the features were still there. They were not pristine. You know what I mean? Just like
Hey, what tribe is that? Okay, I want to answer this. Get him, Jank. That's true. That's what I'm saying. The Aztecs had technology too. Where did they get that technology from? They had to get it from other places. They did the same thing, build hell of a pyramids. How did you get them rocks up there? I mean, we can't even duplicate those tasks. But what is the tribe? Is it the Mayans that just disappeared? It's one of them that just disappeared. Basically, their whole tribe. Was it the Mayans or the? Do you know Omar, or am I just talking?
they were
crazy?
the Mayans were killed. The Mayans were they disappeared because they was killed by the conquistadors. You know what I'm saying? They were slaughtered.
I don't know who I'm talking.
The
There's
Mayans.
one.
No, you're talking about the Mayans, and the majority of the Mayans were slaughtered by the conquistadors. See, what you have to remember is that
See, we have mental telepathy. You know.
what you have to
Okay.
remember is that what you have to remember is that, and I'm not saying this. Unfortunately, when you tell the truth about history, the people who did the bad things,
Right.
they like to make it as though you are slandering them when you just talk about history. Really, what you are talking about is Neanderthal versus Homo sapiens. And
Right.
anybody from Europe or related to Europeans are Neanderthals. Homo sapiens are Africans, Asians, anybody from the Americas, and they engaged in trade and went home. The Asians traded with the Africans and went home. They traded with those in the Americas and went home. The people of the Americas traded with the Africans and the Asians and went home. It was the Spanish, the Nords, the Swedish, and the British, the Germans. Those individuals had the ideal of colonization,
Right.
going places and staying and taking over. They were not good citizens of the world. You see what I'm saying? It was
Right.
not it was not good to because we shared. Oh, you want gold? We got enough gold. What do you need? Well, I need food. Okay, well here, I'll give you some gold. Here, take this food. Oh, I like this food you have. Well, what food do you have? Oh,
Right. Right.
what do you call this? Oh, you call this corn? Oh, well, we got something called cattle. Oh, you got cattle? We got something called bison. It's similar to your cattle. Oh, let's trade. You see what I'm saying? Oh, we'll
Right.
trade some. Oh, this is great. We'll come back and get some more later because you have it in abundance and we have it in abundance, and we'll be back.
Let me tell you a quick story, man, because my homie could actually come on here and actually say, because he was in class with me when I did it. So the teacher was talking, and we was in the history class. So she opened the book, and they were talking. You know, I always wanted to be a class clown and all that shit. So I was always doing something, and she opened the book. We got to the chapter when they were talking about Columbus came over and gave the, and traded with the Indians. So we looking at the picture of it, and she say, yeah, they traded goods and all, I say, well, why all the Indians look like their heads is turned up with something in their hand like a bottle, and all the other ones got guns and shit in their hands. So they traded guns for alcohol? You know what I'm saying? And that's what they did basically to turn out and take they shit because Indians had never heard of alcohol or nothing. You know, I ended up getting kicked out that lady class just because I said it the way I said it. It's not as funny as I'm saying it now because it was about 40 years ago. But I just remember bringing it to her attention that it looked like they getting drunk.
Yeah,
they
you
giving
can't
these
buck
niggas
them.
alcohol and they giving these niggas guns and weapons and why the white man got the bow and arrow in his damn hand. They looking talking like they got alcohol in their hands.
Because they know what they gonna do when they drink that alcohol and have that gun for the first time. They know what they gonna go off and go do. But you know what's funny is once you learn that Hercules is a place and not a person.
Right.
It's like, oh my God. Hercules is a city off the coast of Egypt.
She wouldn't be shocked to see anything above, below, meaning the seas. Hey, yeah, I had this one video that I was going to bring up, man, where they showed this this UFO going across the water. I think it's the Atlantic Ocean, and you can see it going on top of the ocean, like it's about a mile or so above the ocean floor. I mean, the top of the ocean, and all of a sudden it just dips in the water and keeps at the same speed that it was in air and comes right up out the water. But the camera is by a pilot. I'm gonna bring that I'm gonna have that video one day. But today I was trying to use these 4 videos that I have that happened in January so far this year. Let me play one while we cut it and come back to a little bit more conversation.
Okay.
All right. Let y'all check these out. Now, most people will say them was just flares or something like that. But eventually flares would separate or do something. It is possible there, East, that it could be experimental military craft. But what they tell somebody, usually the news is wide open with telling experiments or whatever. But give it a couple minutes, you're gonna see something come out of the darkness. But I'm just showing the video. I'm not claiming them to be what they not or whatever. But you see that just appear. Did you see that, Omar?
Yep, I'm looking at it.
The two there, I gotta, like I say, man, for whatever somebody wants to see is drones. Here's what I want this next video right here is I want to show that a lot of people talk about the Trinity or the three, and it's in every religion. And I believe it goes off Orion's belt with the 3 stars of Orion's belt. A lot of ships that we see are in are 3. But what I've started to learn, they have ships that a lot of people have seen, like the ones that we just looked at the video. They're called TR-3s. They're triangular based UFOs. In the 3s. This guy took a picture off the beach, and this was just lined up off the beach. And they disappeared, came back, but he doesn't have a video of it. He only has still pictures. But after this one, what I want to show is a lot of these that's been coming out this year. This was in January 17th, if I'm not mistaken, of this year. The first one was on New Year's Day. And then I got another one that comes in Texas. Like I say, there was just a bunch of still pictures. This is another one that basically looks the same as that one, but this is in broad daylight. And the three just disappear. As y'all can see, they come in and go back out. They're hard to see. But this one is 4, but if you see, they go in and out. It may be like a cloaking device for the ship or whatever. Some people say they're drones, and they just, that's what it is. Here's another picture. I think this was in Texas, San Antonio, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at my Alton, Texas. And it has the same 3 orbs. This video right here shows 2 orbs basically in the same line. They don't move off the line, but they're basically in formation. They're moving at the same rate of speed. They're not passing each other. It's as if it's a stick in between the 2 of whatever it is, orbs. They try to get it closer up. He does get it closer up on the orb itself. But yeah, that was just a few of them. I'll come back with a couple. Omar.
Yep.
You're looking, okay. I don't know what the hell you was looking down there. But
you know what? I'm listening to my kid in the kitchen. You know how sometimes you gotta have that parental ear where you gotta look down when you listen.
Right.
You know, I'm on that right now because my granddaughter turned 5 today. My oldest grandkid is 5 years old. And
we'll tell her happy birthday.
Oh, absolutely. You know I will.
Yeah.
It's a good day. She came into the room this morning and was like, "Hey." I said, "Yeah." She said, "I'm 5." I said, "You told me yesterday you was gonna be 5. I didn't forget."
Right.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why people would say, drones is always the first default answer now.
Right.
You know, the default answer at first used to be flares, but now it's drones. One thing I'll say about flares is they don't really use flares that much anymore because flares are deterrents in military vehicles now. You know what I mean? In jets, they fire flares out of jets. You know what I mean?
You know, it's hard to say a flare because a flare can do whatever. You know, when you're seeing these orbs in formation like that, a flare isn't going to stay for 30 minutes in the same spot and equal with the other 2 flares that you done threw up at the same time. Even drones, you know what I'm saying? My thing about people saying they're drones, is the ability to see a drone in daytime. Because you're not only seeing these orbs at nighttime, you can say it's a drone at nighttime. It's hard to say it's a drone in the daytime. Because the drone is going to show some part of it unless you got an orb drone. I never seen an orb drone because you got to have some kind of propeller system or some kind of, as of right now, to use a drone. I don't think I've seen one.
But that would have to be a big ass drone though. Like I've never seen a really big drone. All the drones I've seen, aren't that much bigger than
Eyeball Torres. Appreciate you stopping through, bro. Right. Eyeball Torres said, for the descendants of Nahuti Nation is our highest ancient spirits, a similar plum serpent that flies among the stars, representing the ancestors, the cosmos, earth, and eternity. And Eyeball, that is to say that every ancient nation or civilization or something, if you go back into their history, they always believe in the stars and something coming from the stars. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them have sun gods, moon, star gods, and a lot of them are truth, like they say with the Anunnaki. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm
And we
sorry,
were speaking
eyeball.
about that. Go ahead.
Eyeball? Does that translate into white coat?
Go ahead. I'm gonna put it back up. What? No, that's. He said.
No, no. I'm. Does
I,
that name translate into
no,
white coat?
this right here.
Yeah.
Quetzalcoatl. I was putting it back up.
No, I was just asking if the name translate into white coat. What does the name translate into?
He didn't come up. I wanted to see what Archangel said. Something. Did you see the underwater so-called volcano that exploded? Even though there's nuclear submarines down there, but there was lightning striking and coming through the smoking out of the sky. Oh, that's crazy, Ark. I didn't see that. But when you've only explored about 10% of the seas, man, the seas could be worse than the skies because we don't
Yeah,
know
we don't know what's down there.
we don't know what's down there. You know what I'm saying? At all.
And you know what? To have the conversation about technology, one thing I think we need to keep in consideration is that technology changes, the application changes with.
Thank you. That's what we've been talking about, East. Their technology. I mean, if they've been getting to us, if they can even get to us and we can't get past the moon, man, come on, man. There's no way their technology is not more advanced than us. Go ahead, my bad.
The application changes as needs change. You know what I mean? In other words, 60 years ago, 70 years ago, the way to preserve life, the understanding was cryogenics. 60, 70 years ago, they were freezing people, right?
Right.
So now, 10 years ago, the understanding is conscious is real.
Right.
And now that computing is understood, the thought is to preserve life, is to record the conscience and put it into some type of AI, record the brain, record the mind, and preserve it until AI is perfected, and then put the brain into an artificial body so that the person can live on. The people who were thinking about freezing the body, cryogenically freezing the body, could have never imagined the computer being strong enough to record or preserve the human mind or the conscience of the brain to use later to make a person immortal. You understand? Because when they were talking about cryogenics, a computer was a big ass machine that extended from wall to wall and had a bunch of tape in it, So the best they could think of is, if you got cancer or if you're old, the best I could do is freeze you until we can figure out how to make you live forever and thaw you out. So application changes as need changes and thoughts changes and technology changes. Right. So guess what? They still freezing people who had the money for it. Matter of fact, there's a cryogenic center in Arizona, but you don't hear about it because now the technology has moved on. So nobody's going to be, they're going to go out of business soon, and you're going to have people that are going to be frozen and ain't going to be anybody there to thaw them out.
Right.
Because that
Right.
technology is outdated and
Okay.
nobody's going to be thinking about it. Who in the hell is
Right.
going to be? Who in the hell is going to be there?
You know, see the crazy thing, how I can think, and you're part of that, my generation of when we had rotary phones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When there what, hey, you would pick up the phone and somebody else be on the phone. Oh, sorry, ma. You know what I'm saying? And hang up because the two phones is connected in the house. You know what I'm saying? To what? A brick phone?
Yes.
Big ass brick phone, you know, to what we have now, and even, you know, every year the technology is even growing more on the phones. You know what I'm saying? TVs. Man, we had what, 5 channels growing up? You know, I mean, there's so much of our technology that's advancing, and we haven't even probably nipped a percentage of where we can go, because whoever's getting to us by these videos that's looking at our planet, you know, sending these drones or doing they are drones, they not from this earth. You know what I'm saying? Because there's
Right.
no need for them to come down here. They don't need to bring their whole big ship down here.
What?
So everybody,
We a Galaxy gas station.
yeah, all you got to do is just throw these little drones out. Go throw that out there and see if you can, you know, are they doing any nuclear shit? Throw this out there and see if it'll just sniff anything, you know, because their technology is so
Right.
didn't even touch what we can do or where we gonna go, or my grandkids kids generation, if they don't f this planet up more than it is. I mean, because
You know
this
what?
other. Go ahead.
The phone is a great example because with the phone, you got to stay on the phone as long as you can to do the best macking you can to a girl. And it takes all night to get her to talk to you the way you want her to talk. And right when it gets good, your mama pick it up and say, I need to use the phone. She don't want to know if you on the phone. She just pick it up, start dialing. And you like, my mom on the phone. And she like, I don't care. I got the bill. I'm paying it. Hang up the phone. She embarrasses you. To now, every kid has a cell phone. And to this day, now, when your mama's picking up the phone, the space shuttle is going into space, going to the moon. But now the cell phone that your kid has more technology than what they had on the Apollo 11 space mission.
Right.
Ain't that a trip? Our grandmothers had alphanumeric phone numbers. I know you remember that. My grandmother remembered her sister's phone number as, I'm trying to remember what her number was. My grandmother called out her sister's number as an alphanumeric number. I used to know it. I think it was SPY 5749. Call your great auntie, SPY 5749. I was like, SPY 574. You remember that? I know you older than me.
I don't remember that. No,
I don't remember when they would call, when it was like half letters, half numbers, and then it went to all numbers, and then it went to you know what I'm saying? Even before 911, but you know these kids don't know that it was a time before 911.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, sometimes I wake up and I remember that there was a number to the time. At the time would be,
Back in my day, it was 0.
Right, it was the operator.
You know what I'm saying? Call dial 0. You know what I'm saying? Before 911, just call 0 and whoever come on, say what you got to say. You know, but you know that's the advancement of our technology, and it's right when they say, well, we're not that far from it, but we're thousands of years from it.
Mm-hmm.
If we ain't putting no money towards it, you know what I'm saying? we'll put money towards a whole lot of things. We're not putting a lot of money towards technology and trying to advance and get. They are. I mean, they're trying to get to Mars. They're trying to get to. Uh, well, shit. It's going to be tough getting to any other planet without technology right now. We're not getting there. Something's getting there. No more pay phones. We just have pay phones. Hey.
I think we will get to. I think interplanetary travel will happen once we have a compromise. I think. I think it will require thinking outside the box. I think when we talk about the space-time continuum, I think space-time is something that happens here on Earth. In other words, what we understand as space and time and what our kids understand as space and time and what our parents understand as space and time is two different things. In other words, the news cycle for my mom and dad is the news went off and they didn't get new news until Monday. There was no news over the weekend. But our kids, they get news pushed to them through their phone at 11 o'clock at night. They have a 24-hour news cycle. And so since my parents don't understand that, there's the time in their particular space is different from the time in my children's particular space and how they receive information. And so space-time is happening in two different realms. What an hour is to my parents is different from what an hour is to my children. What my children can absorb within an hour is completely different from what my parents can absorb in an hour. That's space-time to me. And so I think interstellar travel can occur once there are certain compromises. One such compromise being, okay, you're not going to be able to have space travel
for real. Get them, Jank. We had encyclopedias. That's where we got our information from.
Exactly. So, so you're not going to get rid of these oil companies. So here's the compromise. The compromise is use the liquid fuel to leave the atmosphere.
Right.
But use the renewable energy once you get out of the atmosphere.
Let me say,
shed the liquid nitrogen, the liquid hydrogen, the oil, whatever you have to do to get yourself out of Earth's gravity. But once you're out of Earth's gravity, use the hydrogen collider that you have on your ship. I mean, just as a layman's term, use the recyclable energy that you have, the nuclear fusion, the nuclear fission device that you have on your ship. Because we don't have, one of the problems that we have right now is we are not a class 2 planet. A class 2 planet means that we can store all of the sun's energy and we know how to reuse all of the sun's energy. In other words, a flower absorbs all of the energy that it gets from the sun and it uses all of the energy that it gets from the sun. Right. All of our devices, we can store the energy, but we don't have any man-made device that can use all of the energy that we get from the sun. Some of it we use, some of it we waste. So until we get to the point where we can
that's where everybody's trying to go to solar.
Right, but
with the solar panels.
We need to learn how to use 100% of the power that we get from the sun. And once we use the 100%, then we can begin to compact the size of the solar tower or the whatever we use to contain that energy, right?
Right.
Because what's contained in a field of daisies would be enough to power 2 or 3 houses for a year. So imagine what you could do with that in a starship. But if you're containing 100%, but you can only use 70% and you're wasting 30%, then that's inefficient. Now you're using a larger fuel module, which means your ship has to be larger. So what you have to do, what you're trying to do, is you have to figure out how to keep the people happy, who are still making and manufacturing liquid fuel. And
he's talking about that. I think Get 'em Jenkins talking about that video that I showed the other day where they had the China with the sun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, that was a small particle collider, right?
Let me.
And that small particle collider was making bursts of energy, and they were trying to see how long they can keep that burst of energy firing, how long that they could sustain that energy, and they were only able to make that burst of energy last for a few seconds.
This is, I didn't mean to have it going while you was talking. I just wanted to bring it up
I think
because it's
like
a lot of
seconds.
a lot of people want to see this. This is what China made, calling it the second sun, and yeah, that was it. You know what I'm saying? That was the second sun. But you said that was. You thought that might be a.
I wanted to say it was blue beam because, as you saw, it projected into the sky, right?
Right.
And I went back and I read on it. Yeah, they replicated the energy of the sun. They had it burn hotter than the sun, and that to me is something that it was. I'm going, well, that's fictitious. How can you get something to burn hotter than the sun? But when I read into it and I saw, oh, they replicated it for 50 seconds. There's the catch.
What's that? What's the catch?
It burned for 50 seconds. That's not, what I mean? That's not something that is not sustainable.
But the thing of it is what did you just put in the atmosphere? You know what I'm saying? I still haven't seen any videos of something being around that, because if you shoot off something,
it didn't last. It didn't last. They've been doing stuff. They did that in France, but when they did it in France, it only lasted for like 29 seconds. So these countries are in a race.
Right. We didn't say anything solar about it. That's what we were saying. That was China was making their own thing. We combined two different conversations, not to get it mixed up. We weren't saying that was solar or anything like that. But go ahead. My bad. I have a bad habit of that shit.
No. It's just we don't know if something didn't show up looking. It's China. It might have been a whole bunch of UFOs showing up looking for a radioactive frequency, and that's a communist country. It could have got shut down. They could have took the video, the cell phones that was recording anything that showed up around there, and we don't know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because China's notorious for taking images from their, citizens. You would just have to live with not knowing. But I think it's kind of disingenuous to say, hey, we shot something up in the air that burned 2 times hotter than the sun, and not say in the caption that it was just pure energy and we were just trying to see how long it could burn, and it didn't burn for a full minute.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's what I was asking. What is it that you did when you made that explosion to make it look like that as a second sun? Are you telling people, well, this is a whatever material, whatever you shot up to make it look like that, does it have any harm to the atmosphere? Because that's all we doing more and more, and I think that's why we getting a lot of sightings.
Anything that's
F,
let off in the
effing is up.
atmosphere is
That's what
going, yeah.
messing with the ozone. That's what I was trying to
Anything
get
that
at.
they shoot off is going to mess with the anything that's unnatural and
Yeah,
sends off a radioactive signature is going to cause harm.
right. Oh
That's
yeah, get
just
them
a
jank.
known fact.
We probably the ones that started it, and China just beat us to it. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's in cahoots, man. All these big countries are trying to get the most powerful weapon it is to do nothing but what, kill everybody on it. Because when one do it, the other's gonna do it. You know, it just ain't gonna be no planet no more. So they probably United States was probably already in the mix of doing it, and China just beat us to it. It's just like the war, the race war to get to the moon. You know, some will say the United States got there first. Some Russians say they got there first. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be the first one. The point of it is that I talk about is why ain't nobody going back to the moon. You
Man,
know what I'm
every
saying?
time,
They talk,
uh, unfortunately, every time they send astronauts up there, them astronauts got to fly by dead monkeys, dead puppies, dead cats. They done sent so many animals up there that never came back. Is terrible.
right.
And we got so much space debris surrounding our planet. It's ridiculous.
He
You know what I
said
mean?
there
Like we,
supposedly one built in what to say 1931 was sent out into space. I mean, if I got the date wrong, but I've heard about it. Elijah Muhammad was speaking for real. Like the harp shit they got. Yeah.
um, did you look into that article that I sent you about the crash that happened before Roswell, but it wasn't
Before a while, real, yeah.
reported because it was the indigenous people. They said it was shaped like an avocado.
Right.
It happened in New Mexico though, but it wasn't reported on because those were indigenous people. They were Native Americans.
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you see how this slow was going up into the atmosphere? Now imagine that times 50,000 for what they can do to come even knock that out. The air dislodged it. That's the part I love. Yeah,
Yeah, it was going up pretty slow.
real slow.
And then I
Um,
mean, they just reported there's another asteroid coming towards Earth at the end of January. So that's number 4.
right.
And they haven't
Eventually,
even said what they're
let me
gonna
ask you a
do.
question. Do you think eventually in our lifetime one is going to hit? It may not be big, it may not be small.
I don't know, man. I think
He said, "What happened, Omar? You got tongue tied. You don't usually get tongue tied on that one." You know, I think the other forces outside of us is not going to allow this planet to get damaged. If they can say anyone that came from Mars or been around Mars or any other planet that doesn't have life anymore, they probably already know. That's just my special thinking. But we've been hit by a lot of meteors. You know, I believe because they want to take out the dinosaurs in religion. Something happened to the dinosaurs. Something happened to the dinosaurs. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Whether anybody want to say it, they just didn't disappear because they not. If the beginning of the Bible starts at Adam and Eve, they skipped a chapter with the dinosaurs. If that's the beginning, they skipped a chapter with the dinosaurs. That's all I'm saying. Where are the dinosaurs? So
I'm sorry, guys. My jaw is kind of swollen, so it's been kind of hard to talk. It's been swollen since yesterday. Um, so before Roswell, in another part of New Mexico, um, of course, Roswell is where they had the 509th 509, 509th nuclear armament bomber squad.
Right.
Indigenous people. Jesus. What part of New Mexico was that? Why can't I think of the name of it?
He said he's not sold on dinosaurs. You don't believe there were? Some people don't believe that dinosaurs ever existed. So I understand.
There was a crash, and they said that it was shaped like an avocado, and they weren't taken seriously. And I want to say it was the crash occurred in like 45, a couple years before Roswell, but parts were picked up and taken from the crash site, but it didn't go mainstream, of course.
Right. Like Roswell did.
Because the people were minorities, so they didn't take them. They didn't take them seriously. I hope it don't hit here in Cali.
Yeah.
Ancestors got us. Man, I don't know. You know what? I don't know if we're going to get hit by an asteroid, but I do know that we do have, based on the video that I've seen, and I know everybody's probably seen it on YouTube, where it looks like there's a UFO coming towards Earth, and as it's coming, something leaves the planet and goes straight towards it real fast, and the UFO cuts out. Where it looks like the missile's going straight forward and the UFO cuts out.
Yeah, I seen
like
that one.
We have a hell of a interplanetary defense system that I think.
Yeah.
You know,
I
don't
think.
think. I don't think.
I'm gonna have to find that video because I know exactly which one you're talking about. They show it going across, and they show this bright light, and then all of a sudden something's going up in that
flash.
Yeah, it's a flash, and that UFO just takes off like
somebody sent the JV squad. Somebody sent the JV squad, and we sent something up, and it
Right.
You know, junior varsity wasn't ready. They didn't have their seatbelts on. You know, and it's funny because so we're talking about the advancement of technology, and I was telling you one of the reasons why we can't advance, and I don't have any drawings and I don't have any models with me. Okay, so as long as we have a front and back, you're not going to be able to outmaneuver anything that's
They were called the ant people, Archangel. That's what the Hopi used to call them. They used to come out the ground. They called them the ant people. That they said lived in the ground. So we have portals and all that. And that's what I was going to get at when you said we trying to transform into going to other planets. We're going to have to find a way to bend space like they can do it. We got to find them wormholes that they talk about so much that can, get us from point A to point B, because everybody says the straight line is the straightest point from point A to point B. But if you flip that line and put it together, your distance is cut millimeters.
Okay, eyeball. Jesus riding the Brontosaurus Rex. I don't think Jesus was around during the Brontosaurus Rex time. I think that the dinosaurs, according to white man history, the dinosaurs were destroyed long before the white man got here. And of course, he was here before everybody, according to him. So, yeah, he's never lied to anyone.
But as I always do, Omar, on this session, I had to play some Pomona music.
Oh,
get us a little.
I'm just playing with you. I was being stupid too, eyeball. I was just playing. I'm sorry.
5 or 10, 5 minutes of representing my Pomona people and their music. So we're gonna take a little intermission. We're gonna come back. Got about one more video, couple more conversations. We're gonna get up out of here. We almost at the 2-hour mark. Now I appreciate Omar, sticking with me this long. So we're gonna get some Pomona music, take a little 5-minute break because I got to use the bathroom. I don't just want to do it. And this is an intermission.
My neighbors don't like me, they want me to move. Put my car up in New York cause they ain't had no room. Your wife wanna fuck me and your daughter too. Don't fuck around and kiss me and your daughter room.
Break the rules, I'm a fool, I don't give a fuck. Young nigga with a bag, I'ma run it up. Noise complaints, police at my door every day. I know my rights, get the fuck about my face. Blue money bring white neighbors. Can't stomach the fact we in the same place. Ain't saying that these bitches racist, but every time I turn my head, they tryna build cases. Look, from ordinary to extraordinary. Lobster on my pizza, how I'm feeling, finna order berries. Nobody found us, we built this from the ground up. Smoking back-to-back packs when that gas comes. Valet trash service, like my legs broke. Second and third floor options, bitch, you dead broke. They ass kissing and double dutching with nonsense. Not knowing that they neighbor in the top 10. Well dressed, they can smell the success. Smoking cookie, I'm a monster, nigga, I ain't never stressed. Look, bang ain't the label. We ain't talking much if it ain't money on the table.
My neighbors don't like me, they want me to move. Put my car up in New York cause they ain't had no room. Your wife wanna fuck me and your daughter too. Don't fuck around and kiss me and your daughter room.
Break the rules, I'm a fool, I don't give a fuck. Young nigga with a bag, I'ma run it up. Noise complaints, police at my door every day. I know my rights, get the fuck about my face.
Hey, this purple louder than a bitch. Close the windows in a room, the neighbors smell it, they gon' sneak. Tried to get something to call my neighbor nose it, then a bitch. Having porters in the backyard, they peeking through the fence. Shit, they want me to move, you must be a fool. Knock you out your shoes, chop it with the kid to keep it cool. Keep it cool, you don't want no smoke, think this shit a joke, make the news. Then I'ma move, people gon' get go slowly riding through the city, no speed, and I got this pistol. Neighbor daughter 18, and she raw, I gotta hit her. She was too close to home, so I passed her to my nigga, she a slut. And sluts get fucked, you know the rhythm. Slowly riding through the city, no speed, and I got this pistol. Neighbor daughter 18, and she raw, I gotta hit her. She was too close to home, so I passed her to my nigga. Sluts get fucked, you know the rhythm. My neighbors don't like me, they want me to move. Put my car up in New York cause they ain't had no room. Your wife wanna fuck me and your daughter too. Don't fuck around and kiss me and your daughter room.
Break the rules, I'm a fool, I don't give a fuck. Young nigga with a bag, I'ma run it up. Noise complaints, police at my door every day. I know my rights, get the fuck about my face.
I'll probably take her. Ain't gon' call my name, man. No matter what the topic is.
For real. Put me in top 5. Right next to LeBron and them. Hey. They gon' call my name. We talking about these bras, they gon' call my name. We talking about the law shit, they gon' call my name. We talking about these cars, they gon' call my name. They gon' call my name, they gon' call my name. We talking about these bras, they gon' call my name. We talking about the law shit, they gon' call my name. We talking about these cars, they gon' call my name. They gon' call my name. I done carved my lane. Now I'm getting buckets in the All-Star game. Young nigga, bitch, I done starved my pain. Now I'm shining, pulling from the car lot, man. The car lot, man, Mike Jones. Banging, flossing with a clear view. You ain't in my rear view, bitch, I ain't near you. I could've flew to Houston just to spend them racks with Johnny, but I bust downtown right next to Rami. I was eating cups of ramen, now it's foes in my cup. A little fever, he a dog, he the coldest young nut nigga running up them bucks. We ain't on the same run, we ain't got the same gun, we ain't got the same love, What's the word? The law looking for me. Speeding through the set still, seeing what my auntie cooking. Bitches looking, niggas looking, it's the same thing. They cutting eyes, looking at you with the same hate. It's the same game, it's the same ways. I got homies, they don't love me, they don't know my pain. They don't know my pain, they don't know my pain. No, they don't know my pain. Call my name. We talking about these bras, they gon' call my name. We talking about the law shit, they gon' call my name. We talking about these cars, they gon' call my name. They gon' call my name.
Oh yeah, got a little break in. I was looking at these comments, Archangel. I see you were speaking about where Omar and bounced out. You said the pathways lie within those areas near Mississippi River to the Atlantic Ocean, to Atlanta, Mississippi, Florida, all the way to cross to the Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle is a real suspect spot to most people, unless you enter it and you get caught up whenever it opens. It's crazy because those three islands would make up the Bermuda Triangle. A lot of people travel within it, but nothing happens to them. And then certain people go through it, and things happen to them. What's her name? Oh, right on the tip of my tongue. She was a pilot. She crossed across. She was going around the world, if anybody knows. And she passed across the Bermuda Triangle, and they never seen her again. There's been a few pilots that have problems with their planes passing through it. And as Archangel say, I think it's a teleportation. Earnhardt. Amelia Earnhardt. Right. Eyeball Tory. You know, she disappeared there. And he say the same thing. Yeah. But there's a lot of things that happen in the Bermuda Triangle. Bermuda Triangle always reminds me of Lost in Space with the Sleep Stacks, and they always go through this building or whatnot. Welcome back, young man. I was talking about Archangel had brought up the Bermuda Triangle. Damn, I can't get it out. The Bermuda Triangle. You know, that's got to be like a teleport. We have a lot of places, I believe, on this earth.
I wish I was there right now.
Oh, my man Kev Macton jumped up in here. What's up with you?
What's going on, dude?
What up?
Oh, yeah. What's up with you, homie?
Just checking out my new tools to jump in you live whenever I want to.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we in the game, homie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we just talking about the Bermuda Triangle. You know what I'm saying? And in the situations or times people have passed through that is at a teleportation point in our Earth. You know, I believe we have a lot of them. You remember the movie show Lost in Space, Kev?
Mm-hmm.
Remember they used to talk about the sleep stacks? The sleep stacks used to come out that little rock.
Yeah.
That was not Lost in Space.
That wasn't Lost in Space. That was
Land of the Lost, man.
Land of the Lost. Okay. Yeah. I said Lost in Space a couple times. Lost in Space was with the little robot. I'm
glad I'm back.
Yeah. Help me out there. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that's the way that we
Marty Croft.
Huh?
See it in Marty Croft.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? But I believe that's the same thing that we have. You know, a lot of our movies made what's really happening on Earth. And we made them in the movies.
The Sleep Stacks could have been the lizard people. You never know.
Yeah. And they talk about the lizard people now.
Telling us something.
Yeah. I see you got your green screen back there. Yeah. Was you doing the show?
Go on and finish your show. I was just checking out the tools you sent me.
Okay.
I'll peep y'all out. Y'all take it easy, man.
All right.
When you had earlier too, bro.
I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? You'll be taking over this show on Thursday. So I found this new tool where you got all access.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To the Groove Show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
All right, I appreciate y'all.
All right, black man.
Like,
all right.
Take care.
Yeah, so so we got to hook up. Like I say, Kev Max taking over my show on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? What he's gonna do with it, hey, whatever he does, hey, can't make it no worse. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit that like button or that dislike on your way in or your way out. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. Yeah, might get my algorithms up on the reverse angle. If all y'all dislike my channel, my algorithm might go somewhere. I might get in the emotion of the most hated, underrated show on YouTube. But
No,
I'm
you don't
cool
want
with
that,
it.
man. You don't want that. You don't
Hey,
want
I
that. But
want.
you definitely don't want it to be lost in space when it's land of the lost. You definitely don't want to confuse the two no more. Let's
I
not do
know.
that. Because
Well,
land of the lost had that dinosaur at the end with that gay roar and ate the television. Man,
yeah,
I was the one with the dinosaur that walked up on the screen at the
right,
end of the theme music and was like, "Rawr." That's what that was. And he ate and it was like, who the hell put the plastic dinosaur at the I can't take this seriously. Marty,
right,
Will, and Holly on a routine expedition. I'm showing my age. Let me stop. Let me stop.
right.
And Sid and Marty Croft, they put out a lot of garbage television shows. It's like,
But
yeah.
you know what's crazy though is how many shows that come out. It's easier for you to make a movie about extraterrestrial activities or beings or whatever,
Yeah.
and harder for somebody actually to talk about it. You can make a movie, they won't fuck with the movie, but let you be on a site talking about shit is coming out, shit is happening. Oh, but they'll be quick to cut your ass off.
Right.
You
What
know what
I
I'm saying?
don't want, what I see happening, that I don't like is now that there's disclosure.
I just call Star Trek Star Wars, fool. I'm mixing everything up, huh?
Um,
It might be this Bud Light. Don't trip.
might be what I don't like that I see happening is as disclosure comes, they are taking the ideal of extraterrestrial out, and they are not.
Oh yeah, for sure,
They
man.
are
Not to
taking.
cut you off. Not to cut you off again. I didn't cut you off about 50 times, but
No,
not
it's
to
all right.
cut you off again. Yeah, man. Brother helping brother. You know what I'm saying? And Kev's been helpful to my platform, even though me and his platform is, man, a 360-degree difference. You know, I can talk about the same things he talks about, but man, we do talk about it. It's just 1% that I don't do. I don't do the game. But man, we could talk about sports. We both talk about that. I'm just trying to move him over to this UFO side. Come on over here and fuck with us with the moonwalkers. I got to get some shirts made for the moonwalkers. Anybody that come and support this platform, man, you'll be known as a moonwalker, because that's what we do here. Talk about moon shit. But go ahead there, Omar.
No, I was just, the more disclosure happens, the more they take out the idea that it is extraterrestrial, the less they talk about the possibility of abduction or extraterrestrial contact between um, humans and um, and beings from other planets, and that kind of bothers me. It's like it used to be kind of taboo to talk about. Um, when people would talk about, "Hey, I was abducted by aliens," that was on the fringe. But
Right.
even a UFO sighting was on the fringe as well. But now they're like, okay, we're willing to admit that there is something in the sky. But then if you say, yeah, I've actually seen a gray, then it's like, too far. Too far. We not willing to go that far. And so we have to be careful of what disclosure looks like. We can't just be happy with disclosure. You know what I'm saying? We have to be mindful. We can't just accept anything just because we've been waiting on this for so long. You know what I
Right,
mean? We
right,
can't just be like, oh, it's some people that made, it's a robotics company out of Japan that made robots that fly these things, and they done landed, and they got superior flying capabilities because they robots and their bodies can do, can handle, X amount of G forces because their bodies are artificial. You know what I'm saying? We don't want them to just tell us anything.
right,
You know what I
right.
mean? We want real disclosure. We want to know the truth. We want to know who the pilots are. If
You
if
know,
it's remote piloting, we want to know who's
right,
piloting remotely. You know what I'm saying? If there's a mothership, we want to know who's on this mothership piloting. We don't want a half truth, a quarter truth, a almost truth. We want to know if there is a history of people being harmed. Then we want to know if there's a history of people finding spiritual enlightenment. Then we want to know. You know what I mean? If
what?
it's true, the only people that have ever been abducted is white people. We want to know that too. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, are y'all racist? Are y'all the only ones that get to ride? You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right.
are y'all the only ones that get to
Was
go?
the only
What's up? I
ones
mean, come on, what's up with that? Like
because
we can't even ride in the back of the space. Like, come on now, what's up with that?
I I don't think it on uh, the third kind. I don't think it was nothing but white folks that lined up to get on that ship. Remember,
Right.
remember at the end, because
Hmm.
they say that was supposed to have been true. That movie was supposed to have been true about them taking some of us and leaving some of them here for experimental purposes and
Right.
all that.
Right.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Right.
A lot of movies were made in that. I want to ask you, what you think about stealthing? Do you think they have
Uh,
the ability to stealth themselves now, like be around us, and like we sitting here right now, and this motherfuckers just walking around like, and we don't know it. Do you think they
you
have
mean
that
like
ability?
cloaking, like cloaking, like cloaking, like to disappear, like not
Well,
be not be
yeah,
seen?
well, cloaking
Oh,
and stealthing is the same
absolutely,
thing. I had a
absolutely.
picture. I had a picture of these two mounted police. It was in Chile, and the guy that took the picture, he was like a off duty engineer. He was an engineer, but on his off time, he was a photographer. And so he was just taking pictures of these two mounted police in Chile. And they were passing each other like this. In the middle of them, they didn't see it when they took the picture. When they developed the picture, it was a little like creature or something walking in between the horses
Hmm.
in the pictures. Now, the first thing I thought is, you know how much money an engineer makes in Peru.
Hmm.
He wouldn't fuck off his job by telling a lie that he made a picture. You know what I'm saying? That was the first thing I thought about. The second thing I thought about is if there's something that walked between these two horses, the horses didn't sniff it. Even though you couldn't see it, the horses couldn't smell it or see. Animals have a different sense than we have. Them
Hmm.
horses would have smelt out whatever was in that picture. And I believe that it was at a stealth time, or as you say, cloaking. You know what I'm saying? It cloaked itself. And I believe that there's a lot of things that's cloaked, and we when people say, "Damn, I thought I saw something out the corner of my eye." I think about that type shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably did. It's probably something here on this earth that walking
Well, it's a
around us and we can't see it.
okay. It's a question of intelligence. Let me put it to you this way. Let's say me and you take a couple hunting rifles and we get camouflaged and we go to shoot a deer. And we dressed in camouflage and we got a couple beers and we lay on the ground and we cover ourselves in leaves
They
And
shadow people.
I mean, I'm not even gonna go. Let's not even go that far. Let's just go to what we know people do as recreation. Let's just leave it at what people do as recreation.
Right.
We go to Cabela's, we go to the fish and game store or whatever, hunting store, and we buy the latest, greatest camouflage shirt, pants, hat. We buy the black face. I mean, we buy we buy
Right.
the cream that you put on your face. We get the hat. We dirty ourselves. We buy the fake peat moss for the gun, and we lay down.
Right.
To that deer, we cloaked.
Right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
To that deer
That's
can't see us
right.
because we have the intelligence and the devices. We done bought the latest equipment. We
Right.
done bought the latest and greatest devices to ensure that this deer can't see us. In the most important part, the deer's environment. We are now in the deer's environment. So if
Right.
something wants to be around us, then it is
Right.
going to have the equipment needed to be around us in our environment.
And what movie was that they did that? That alien did that?
Predator.
Predator. They couldn't see Predator. They couldn't see that Predator at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Because he.
And what did Predator do? If you had a gun or a weapon, he shot you.
Right.
If you didn't have nothing, he went hand to hand with you, or he didn't bother you.
See.
But the moment you picked up a weapon,
Right.
then it was game on. You see
And
what
that's
I'm
what.
saying?
And get him, Jay. That's what I was saying about this picture. What I'm gonna do next Tuesday, I'm gonna go get this picture again. I have it somewhere. It'll take me some time to go find where I downloaded it at, because the site where I got it from is no longer a site, so it wouldn't let me download the picture from that site. But that's the thing I was saying about the animals not smelling what was going through these horses. Them horses should have panicked. They should have did something because it was an unknown object that they could probably smell or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the horses didn't do anything, so it was cloaked or
But do you see what I'm saying? In for
right. In our
you,
society, is what you're
in,
saying. In
yeah,
today's society.
in our society, we don't have to have a device to cloak. All you need is to dull the senses and make an animal or make a person less aware. In gang environment, we call it caught slipping. All you
Right.
got to do is make a person relax. The reason why the person who took the picture didn't see the creature is
Right.
because they was relaxed and they wasn't looking for it. Most of us, when you riding around Arizona and you in Mesa, you in Surprise, you in Flagstaff, you not keeping your head on a swivel. You go to Phoenix though. Okay, I'm in certain parts of Phoenix.
You say,
I gotta be
yep.
aware. You see what I'm saying? I go back to Compton, my environment is different, and therefore my awareness is now
It's
different.
different.
So
Right.
I'ma see stuff that, oh, I'ma pay attention to this. Now guess what? There are more people driving around with a gun in their lap in Arizona than there are driving around with a gun in their lap in California.
Right. Right.
But when I'm in California, my mind is on getting shot more than it is in Arizona
Exactly.
because I know what goes down in California. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? Even though technically my mind should be on Arizona because
It could go down in Arizona.
everybody's
Everybody
packing in
gotta go.
Arizona. You
Everybody's
can ride
packing it in.
around with, unless you're a felon, you can ride around with your gun in your lap. You can ride around with your gun in your cup holder. You can ride around with your gun in your, and so it don't necessarily have to be cloaking for the alien to be in your house. You just have to be comfortable and unaware.
Right, right. I
And
was
it
just
could
running
be,
this video while you talking. It's
you know
just
what I'm
another.
saying?
See,
Because
they see. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because I know dudes that were career stick up kids that could be in your house stealing, and you don't even know they in your house, and they done slipped in through a window and slipped out and stole everything, and you wondering when was you gone? You know, they
Right,
must have stole this 2-3 days ago when I went to the store. That was the last time I wasn't in my house. I've been home all weekend. No, they
right,
opened up your window and got you while you was in your room or on your toilet. So absolutely, I feel like, you
right.
know, if they want to do recon on you or watch you or be in your house or be around you at all times, it don't take much, because look at how many UFOs are in the sky that people don't even see because they just don't look up, bro.
They don't look up. It's just like these people looking at this right here that's flying.
Hmm.
It just looked like a piece of trash that's flying across the sky. And watch when the video goes closer, you start realizing, wait a minute, that ain't no foil or something just flying across the sky. You know, but we won't look up that much to even notice this if you really don't look up to the sky. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And even
That
like last week, the video you played, when the dude did look up, he was just adamant it was a bird. It was a flock of
right,
birds.
right,
You know what I'm saying? So why would they have to cloak if even when you do look up, you think it's birds?
right. I think if them personally, if they have the ability, look, it's just like if a person had the ability to be invisible. He wouldn't want to be invisible all the time, but he would want to do it to. If I could just walk past these motherfuckers and they can't see me, let's do it. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? And I think they have the ability. I could be out here, and these dummies ain't gonna think nothing but it's a fake photo of me. But shit, I can walk around them, and they never see me and just fuck with them. You know?
Travis Walton said that he believes that they took him on the ship to save his life. Did you know that?
Say it again. Hold on, let
Travis
me cut this
Walton,
off.
Travis Walton,
He said what?
he said that he believes that they might have taken him on the ship to save his life. He said that
Right,
he shouldn't have got out the truck, but when he got out the truck and went to go look, he got hit with the energy beam, and after he got
right,
hit with the energy beam, he thinks he was dead. So he thinks that they took him up and brought him back, because he thinks, maybe they was trying to revive him, and he was just up there scared because he was on a
right,
spaceship. So he was like, I
right,
probably just shouldn't have got out the truck. And as I was up there scared. But after I had time to think about it, maybe they was just trying to save my life because that beam hit me so hard. You know what I mean? When I got out the truck and went up under it and looked up, I think I was dead because after it hit me, I blacked out. You know what I mean? I
right,
think I was gone. You know what I mean?
right.
So,
They were trying
um,
to. They were trying to save his nosy ass. If he would have just stayed out the way, they was doing something totally different. And
right.
they like, look at this dumb motherfucker. Come on, man. Let me save
But it
this
took him
motherfucker.
years to come to that conclusion, though. At first, he was like, I don't know why they did it. And I think they was trying to harm me. But if you think about it, why put you back?
Right. Archangel said, hey, Goob, did you check that Linda Moulton Howe, January 12th, extraterrestrial or biological entity stuff I was talking to you about? No, I haven't looked into it. I'm going to have to start writing some of this shit down because I forget a lot of shit, man. I have Biden moments. So I be trying to put so much together and look at so much, man, so I don't look too much like an idiot on these lives when I'm talking about this UFO type shit. So when I try to sit down and study, I study for the nights that we own. A lot of times it's on videos or something else, you know. But that's all I have, really. That's my content. I like to look for UFO videos and talk about that even on my off days. If it's not Taco Tuesday with Omar, you know, on my other given days, I always have UFO videos or something. I know he said something else, man, that I want to bring up. Um, yeah, he was speaking of spiritual enlightenment is definitely very much the precipitous of what a noted head spiritually praying. I will understand when I see it, if I can explain it in that way to you. Um, you know, there is a spiritual aspect to UFOs in any religion. I believe that because of the fact that it's spoken about in biblical terms in the Bible on many occasions. I can't think of who left for 12 years and came back was taken away in the Bible. Wasn't there somebody that was taken away when he was asleep up on a mountain or something to that nature? Or am I just making up shit? I'm twisting two or three things in. Omar, you know what I'm talking about?
Uh,
No, you don't. I see it
no,
already. Okay.
no.
I don't know. I have to look up that again. Um, but it was something. But I can go to other Jacob's ladder, Ryan. I mean, Ezekiel's wheel, burning bush, three wise men following a star all the way across the. Come on, man, that wasn't no star, you know. But yeah. Hey, Omar, we've been on here for
Yep.
almost 2.5 hours, my brother.
Yep.
I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate everybody that came in here,
Yeah.
man.
I know you got
Um,
my text message and see why I'm going through.
yeah, yes, sir. I did see that. You know, I was just trying to
I'm
keep you.
like,
I was being I was being what do they say? Fuck, I can't even get that word out my
I
mouth.
just don't know.
Um, but you know, I
Am,
seen
I
it.
re- am I
Oh,
religious?
I know what it is. I was being selfish. I wanted the show to keep going, but
No,
I
no,
seen
no,
the text
no.
and all that.
Listen,
I
man.
didn't want, you know what I'm saying?
I love the show. I know we got a little off track, even though we kind
Somebody
of
somebody would somebody would ask you, Monique would ask you, are you religious or spiritual?
um I'm a little bit of both. I just think that to me, religion is just order. Religion is order so that men can collect tithes. You know what I mean? Religion is order so that people can get you to pay money.
Right.
Because if you had a Bible in your hand and you understand it, whatever your Bible is, whether it be a Bible, Quran, Torah, or then you really don't need to pay a man money to explain it to you. And if it's a Bible, if it's a religious text, then he should be wanting to explain it to you for free to help you get into heaven. If he's trying to help you do better with your life, that should be something they give away to you for free.
Right.
Um, shouldn't be charging you to help you get into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so on
Right.
that part, I'm
See,
really spiritual because I just don't believe in the spirit of tithing. You know what I mean? Because that's to me, that's just man's way of trying to control the indoctrination of spirituality,
Look, hey,
trying to maintain order over what your spirituality is.
Mormons are so cold out here, right?
Hmm.
I live in Mormon City, Mesa's Mormon. Hey, but I
Yeah.
ran into some dude, man. Mormons, they don't even care if you come on Sunday to pay your tithes. When you get with the Mormons, they want your bank account. They don't
Yeah.
care if you come on Sunday. They taking theirs out every Sunday out your
Yeah.
bank account. Oh, you want to be a Mormon? Oh, well, we taking this paper out every month, whether you come to church or you don't come to church. I don't
Yeah.
know what kind of religion that is. I had two Mormon dudes roll up on me. I'm sitting in my man cave, getting some sun. They just walk up on me. Hey, I said, what's up, homie? You know what I'm saying? Oh, and they got this little paper in their hand. First of all, come on, bruh. You see the color of my skin. Come on, bruh. You know what
Oh,
I'm
you talking
saying?
about the ones that are yeah. You talking
That's
about the
walking
ones that
around.
are yeah,
Listen,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. Those are
said,
the ones
come
that are
on,
on the
homie.
mission. Yeah.
I said, come on, homie. You see the color of my skin. First of all, I know what y'all are. Y'all didn't even like us. Now all of a
Right.
sudden y'all trying to recruit me to come to your religion? Nah, bro. He's still trying to talk to me. That's what I can't get about some religion people. If you continue, I have to tell them I don't believe in that shit. For them to say, "Oh, why you don't believe?" I don't believe in the shit. Just move on, shoot, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Go on about your business. But like Archangel said, remember last week we were talking about Noah's Ark and what I was saying
Mhm.
about how many people can get in Noah. I thought Noah's Ark is more based on genetics, or you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Some kind of chromosomes or something of every animal on Earth. When they said they put everything on Earth on the Ark, it would have been an easier way by taking the DNA of every animal on Earth and putting it on some type of ship like that to keep preserve it, so that you can make another Earth once Noah's Ark flooded away. So meaning they put all the genetics, the DNA of every animal on here on the Ark, it flooded out. They were even able to drop those DNA of a frog, a horse, elephant, all that just by the DNA. So, like I say, there's some beliefs in the Bible and all that, but I just don't believe in the people.
Well,
That's my problem.
I tell you about. Let me tell you about the Mormons' original doctrine that is still believed by the higher ups, because they do have higher ups. I mean, they don't have like a pastor; they have elders. Um, in the Mormon religion, black people can't get into heaven. They
Right.
can't get into heaven because we're black, and we have our black skin because we are cursed. We
So,
are
so
cursed.
why are you even trying to come recruit me if it's
We
not for
fall.
financial
Yeah.
gain? You know
We
what I'm
fall
saying?
under the curse of Ham because Ham saw his father naked, and he cursed him with dark skin. Second, second, Mormons feel as though you have a contract with God that you won't remember heaven before you come down and inhabit a body. And if you're a good Mormon, then when you die, you will get your own planet and you will become God of your own planet. So you will get your own heaven. So the God of our planet is not the actual God. The God of our planet is a person that was a good Mormon that died and went to heaven
Right.
and got his own planet. So when they used to come to my house in Mesa on their missions, um, because when they're on their missions, they cannot indulge and engage in pleasures. and because I don't eat pork, I made sure to invite them in the house. When I invited them in the house, because Arizona gets hot in the summer, I
Right.
made sure that I gave them lemonade, and I made sure that I had every Playboy out, and I made sure that I had the Xbox on with the latest Madden, and I made sure that I had the house very comfortable. I made sure I had everything that they couldn't eat. And I made sure that I pushed the line on everything that they had to say no to until they
Right.
ate it, because I was going to ensure that I killed them with kindness. And then I told their older brothers what I did and made sure that they understood that they failed their mission. And I told them everybody that they sent to my house, I was going to make sure that they failed their mission until they understood not to send anybody else to my house, because I
Right.
understood that I was a demon and I wasn't going to heaven anyway, so I might as well do what demons do.
Right.
And they
Right.
stopped sending people to my house. Because, see, if
Right.
you know that I don't eat pork and you come to my house with a ham, then I'm going to make sure that when you come to my house with a ham, then I'm going to make sure you have everything that you're not supposed to have when you come to my house anyway. See, and
Right.
that's what you got to
Exactly.
do. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you're going to come to disrespect me because you think I'm stupid, then I'm going to make sure I disrespect you. I'm not going to cuss you out and yell at you.
Right.
You see
Right.
what I mean? Because that's what you want me to do.
Well, see, I had a different my um, situation with them was different. They just popped up on here and they just found the ignorant part of me because I just talking, asking them questions. You know what I'm saying, that they couldn't answer. Like,
Yeah.
well, ain't no black people up in there. When y'all start having black people in the Mormons? I thought y'all didn't fuck with us.
No, they
Oh
don't.
no, we're not. We're not like. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But can you got your book with you? Let's open up your book. You know what I'm saying? And tell me. But anything for money. My thing. What I have a problem with church and a preacher sitting up there. One thing that effed me up real quick, right? So when I met my wife, her mom's was going to this church in it's not Riverside, it's oh man, I'm a mess up their city. It'll come to me having a Biden moment. But the preacher, we go to the house after I go there the first time. They didn't pass the thing. I didn't have no money anyway, so I wasn't putting nothing in the basket. But afterwards, at her godmama's house, that's where everybody came to after church. So this is about my second time, with her going down there. This is the first time I went to church, the last time I went to the church. But it was like my second time being there. He came to the house. The fucking preacher, some hip hop came on. This nigga crip walking. I just looked at this nigga like, for real? You know what I'm saying? Now, nigga, you want me to believe that these niggas is putting money in Rubidoux. I knew I was gonna come up with a name. It was a church in Rubidoux, because that's where God's sister stayed at. But the nigga in front of me just crip walking. I said, nigga, I'll never go to that church again. And you know what I'm saying? Well, you can't believe I'm a pastor now, and my ways have changed. And I hear you. I hear everything you're saying, my brother. But nigga, you just crip walked in front of me. You think I'm gonna ever give you $1? You got me effed up. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? But
let me ask you. I just
okay.
gotta ask you. Was it a quality crip walk?
Oh no, he was doing it. It was a solid
Okay,
crip
what is
walk.
come
Like
on, man? You
I,
can't give me
I wasn't mad about it. It just fucked me up. Like,
it just
nigga, this is a ghetto ass. I ain't fucking with it. I wasn't really religious. Here's how I used to think about church, right?
hmm
If you go to church having other thoughts other than praising to your higher being, no matter what it may be while you in church, then you lying. Right. If you go to that church every Sunday, but you're doing the same thing that the preacher is talking about Monday through Saturday, you're lying.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you want to repent. If you want to do that, I can do that at home. I could take one day out of my week and say, man, forgive me, higher being, for what I've done, and that should satisfy everything. I don't need to go somewhere. Next is everything, every person on this platform or chat or is this live right now, we can all open up a chapter in the Bible, whether it's old or the new. I guarantee you, the 3 people that's up in this live, plus us, 5 people, will get to 5 totally different renditions of that part of the Bible.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to listen to your rendition of it when I don't think your rendition is the right rendition. We can all get the same rendition out of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? But let me say, I think they're talking about UFOs. Oh, then I'm the crazy nigga in church. But wait a minute. You see what I'm saying? So you can't knock how, I believe a lot of religious people knock non-religious people, or, you know what I'm saying? Oh, because you're not religious, you're this, or you're crazy. No, I think that your religion speaks about what I'm talking about, UFOs. It's the same thing that's put in that Bible. That's just my point of
hey, let me tell you, and I'm ashamed to say this, but a church ruined my attempted stand-up comedy career. I did the youth talent show. I did the youth church talent show, and I tried to do stand-up, and I still remember my set. And I got to. I went.
As soon as I start, look, not to cut you off, but as soon as I started talking about her pastor, her mama pastor, he's human. You know what I'm saying? That nigga was crip walking. And she know it, and I know it. Look, cut it out, Mr. Jackson, because I'm telling the truth. I never went back to that church again. I used to kick it with her godmother's husband. He didn't go to church. I didn't go to church. Me and him was the only 2 at the house. We used to kick it. Everybody else used to go be at church. Me and him be sitting up there looking at football, barbecuing, talking shit like, yeah.
He was crip walking in the church, barbecuing with the special sandals on.
Yeah, man.
Doing the whole 9. And he was like, I'm not here for that.
Yeah, I'm not here. I'm not doing all that, bro.
Yeah, I did the youth talent show, and they got on me for it, and that was it. Cause I don't remember. I think my first joke, I said something like, I don't want to go to heaven. That was the first thing I said. I was like, why the fuck would I want to go to heaven? You niggas judge us right now.
You see what the wife say?
Crips need Jesus too. Absolutely. Need Jesus too. Especially Crips. Jesus.
I don't need Jesus. And damn him. I don't need him. You know what I'm saying? That nigga got hung up on the cross. Nigga, I don't need what I need that nigga for. I don't need him. You know what I'm saying? Shit. I need the highest. I need to talk to the highest of the highest of the highest of all of us that made this here.
You say all you ain't got no time for middle management?
I ain't got time for the middleman and the little man that came down and tell his story and all. No, nigga, let's talk to the big man.
Let me talk to your supervisor.
Yeah, let me talk to your supervisor, homie, because I don't believe nothing that you saying. You know what I'm saying? You lying to me. You know, especially if you telling me because for whatever reason, God is all powerful, but that nigga is broke or something because these niggas need money like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they need money for. You know what I'm saying? They ain't giving none to him. How people in the church catching a bus to church and the fucking preacher is rolling in the Benz, a Bentley. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, come on, man. Come on.
Like Richard Pryor in Car Wash, huh?
And Richard Pryor and Car Wash.
Oh, let me tell you the joke. Let me tell you the joke.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I said, I don't want to go to church. I said, I don't want to go to heaven. You old bitches are judgmental. You old bitches look at me crazy when I walk in this motherfucker late. Oh, you old motherfuckers turning around looking at us when we come in 2 minutes late. And that shit got me thrown out. New Mount Calvary. That was it. You old bitches turn around, look at everybody when they walk in late.
Oh, shit.
I don't even have no driver's license. You know my mama did that shit. That was
we know
it.
this.
It was a wrap. I
we
was
know
cut from the roster. We
know she is religious. It costs to go to heaven. Oh shit! Would I'm gonna be broke going to hell? Then you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because I ain't paying shit to get to heaven. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm not gonna do. Ain't nobody else. Listen, if you're telling me you gotta pay to get to heaven, do you gotta pay? Wait, do you gotta pay after you was a fucked up person, or before you was a fucked up person? What's the payment on that? Does it triple if you did certain things? Everybody can't pay the same price to get to heaven.
You know what's funny about that though? That's the same thing pimps tell they hoes. That's the same line. You want to get to the top, baby? You got to pay me. Why? Why do I need to pay you? It's my package.
Yes. See, we've turned this live from technology advancement to religion. And when it goes to religion, I can see it go right down the hill because everything is a joke. Everything is I wasn't just saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't believe, I like to call myself, when I run into religious people, to cut off the conversation. You know, I had a homeboy that came over here. My homie came over. We was out in the back. We was doing the fence, me and Scully. And the homie came over. The homie is real religious. He don't drink or nothing no more. So he got to it. Yeah, Goo, you know how it is, man. And God this and woo woo. And so I was trying to debate with him. Yeah, but I don't believe. No, I'm telling you, but God is this. I say, I know how I can cut this conversation off real quick. I'm an atheist, homie. I don't believe in none of these talking about. Oh, nigga, the conversation was cut right there. This nigga don't believe. You know what I'm saying? If I have to say that, which I don't believe, I'm an atheist. I don't not believe in nothing. I just don't believe in the bottom people. I don't believe in
I don't understand how people say that they don't drink.
The supporting cast.
Turn water into wine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they
that
turn
should end that part? Right there.
She said us two ninjas. She can't. She can't. I can't. Well, she can't take it. Well, dear,
I don't know.
This life won't last very much longer, so don't trip. You'll be okay. Lisa say she's spiritual, not religious. There you go. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much of the. I understand the difference in it. You know, that you can be spiritual, and I guess I could say that that's what I am. I believe that there's something out there that made everything else, but I don't like putting a religion behind it, because a religious person is willing to die for their religion. I mean, We've seen that over the years. Christianity was one of the top killers because you didn't believe in Christianity back in the days. Oh, you don't believe? Oh, that's a witch. Burn her at the stake. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Muslims, I'll do this for Allah and blow everybody the fuck up. Man, I don't understand. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Thought religion was supposed to be for the good.
John Lennon said the Beatles were bigger than Jesus, and the man that shot him said that God told him to do it for saying that the Beatles were bigger than Jesus.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. He said God
Wow.
told him to go kill him for saying that. You know what I'm
Archangel
saying?
say spiritually ultra celestial. There you go. That's the hell of a word right there. Spiritually ultra celestial. That might be me. You know what
But
I'm
we
saying?
can't
Because
be, you know, we
my
it's,
wife.
it's, a-
Go ahead.
hmm?
No, go ahead. I
It,
was.
it's something about being anchored. We can't anchor ourselves to things. And what it means is if I was to say the moon is 3,000 miles from the earth, if I say scientists believe the moon is 3,000 miles from the earth, and 10 minutes later I say other scientists say the moon is 50,000 miles from the earth. What do you believe? Well, most people would say the moon is 3,000 miles from the earth. And they would say that because the first fact that I threw out was the moon is 3,000 miles from the earth. They will be anchored to that fact because that is the first one that they heard. They will cling to it because it's the first thing that they heard. So
Right.
the problem that we have is if the first thing that you hear is this is the truth as we know it, this is the indoctrination that we've gotten from our parents. Even if it's irrational, we will become anchored to that. And we have become anchored to that since slavery. We were beaten as slaves, and thus that is the discipline that our slave parents gave to their slave kids, which has been passed down by our parents, which we pass down to our children. You're bad, we beat you. It is
Right.
not, it may not be the best way to discipline your kids, but once that is learned behavior, it is something that you become anchored to. And if you are anchored to God made man in his own image, then it creates a problem for individuals who cannot accept that there is something out there that does not look like you, because you will never accept that God is not made in your own image. Because then what did God make? You know what I'm saying? What else is out there? And does God look like that? What else is out there? Does God look like a gray? What else is out there? Does God look like a and even with when they say they have the what do they call it? The Nordics, the tall whites. Oh, the smartest alien, the most enlightened alien species out there is the tall white. Well, that's them saying the
Right.
smartest alien species out there looks like the smartest person on Earth, the white person. And
Right.
we cannot escape it because it is something that we are anchored to, and we are so dismissive of anything that is contrarian to what they believe. It's something that people thought was a throwaway fact, but I said it's cold to have the knowledge that Hercules is not a person but a place. Hercules was not a man. The man came from the place called Hercules. They couldn't pronounce his name when he went to Greece. So they said he's Hercules because they couldn't say his name.
So they just said it's the
Yeah,
same thing
they
as
were saying he's from Hercules.
right.
All the men from there were strong. But when they
Right.
went there, it was a town where all they ate was fish because they were seafaring men. It was a part of the Mediterranean off the tip of Egypt. And
Right.
when they dive off the coast of Egypt, that whole town was perfectly preserved. But you think Hercules is a Greek legend. And we have to
Right.
stop this shit because our kids are learning shit that ain't true. And if that shit ain't true,
Right.
then slaves building the goddamn pyramids ain't true. And if that shit ain't
Right.
true, Peter and Paul ain't true. And if that shit ain't true, Moses ain't true. And if Moses ain't true, because it can't be nobody named Moses, not over in that region, then Jesus
Right.
being born in a goddamn manger, which ain't nothing but a fucking barn in the middle of winter, can't possibly be true. And if that ain't fucking true, then somebody carving this goddamn sphinx out of a goddamn with a goddamn piece of stone and a chisel can't be
Yeah.
true.
It's,
And if that
right.
can't be true, then motherfuckers running around in straw can't be true. And if all of these Africans running around with tigers and lions and monkeys and gorillas for years, but then one white man gets dropped off and he can talk to the animals, but these Africans that have been around for millions of years can't talk to these same goddamn Africans, can't talk to these animals, can't fucking be true.
Right.
You mean to tell me that Tarzan could talk to these animals, but these Africans can't?
Right.
And how in the fuck is Tarzan in the deepest, darkest part of Africa when the sun shines the goddamn same every fucking where? The
Right.
sun shines the same everywhere. So what the fuck do you mean by deep and dark? The fuck are you
Right.
talking about?
Yeah. They just making up shit.
You just making
You
the
know what I'm
fucking
saying?
shit up.
Exactly.
And Agamemnon in Troy is a black man. And everything that they teach you and everything they try to teach us is wrong. Oh, they talking about Nero when they talk about the Antichrist. No, Nero ain't the Antichrist. The reason why they say Nero is the Antichrist is because Nero was fucking black. If you go back and watch History of the World, which is a goddamn comedy by Mel Brooks, you go back and watch History of the World, Gregory Hines plays a character named Josephus. Josephus is a slave. Go back and watch it. His
Okay.
name is Josephus. He says, I'm from Ethiopia. They ask him what he is. He says, I'm Jewish. They say, where are you from? He says, 125th Street. They say, what you need? He said, I want a tap dance. They said, what you need? He said, I need some sand. They said, what sand? He said, you standing on it. They don't even know what sand is. He says, it's all around you. You standing on it. Give me some sand. I'm Jewish. I'm from Ethiopia. My name is Josephus. But it's a comedy. Let me tell you who
Right.
Josephus is. Josephus is the motherfucker who wrote the Bible. Josephus is the motherfucker who wrote the Torah. Josephus is the historian of everything that's Jewish. And he's from Ethiopia and he moved to Rome. He wrote everything down and he was black. Mel Brooks was telling you who the fuck you are. And if you look up Josephus, it tells you he's a goddamn Hebrew historian.
Right.
And they put it in the
Right.
fucking books. They put it in the movies. But you don't know.
Right. Right.
They make it a comedy and they fucking hide it from you.
Right.
Because they don't want you to know.
They put it in sight, but basically hiding from you because it's a comedy, so you're not going to even believe. You think it's just them
And you
saying
know-
jokes.
And you know, Josephus says that the Ark of the Covenant is you.
Right.
You. The black man. You. Your genetic coding. You. What's in you, your connection to God, to that higher power. You don't need
Right.
nothing else. Everything that you need about math, history, because we talked about it. Cells have memory. If you want to build a spaceship right now, you can do it. The only thing keeping you from building a spaceship is that you are remembering all of this bullshit that's put in you that's a fucking lie.
Right.
Because of the shit that you anchored to, that you taught. The slaves was happy. That's why they sang in the fields. The slaves wasn't fucking happy. They were slaves.
Right.
If we can erase that shit and have a hard reboot and remember who we was, we could tell these people how to rebuild the pyramids and how the shit worked. But these dumb motherfuckers burnt all the libraries. They outthought themselves.
True that. Right. Right. And they could have had plenty of manuscripts on a lot of this shit that was built. You know what I'm saying? Because there's, that's the thing. We've come away from trying to figure out how this shit was made if we can't duplicate it now. They ain't going back to look in the history books. They just, move on. That is history. But,
yeah, that's what's wrong with the world. Them motherfuckers is trying to be experts on us.
Right. You know what I mean?
How you gonna be? How's a football player an expert on basketball?
Right. That's how I get.
I can't tell Ben Roethlisberger how to be a quarterback.
Right.
I played basketball.
But you do know that there are like movie stars, right? They're movie stars for being in that movie. But how do you come from being that and then telling me how to save the earth? Wait, nigga, go do your movie. You don't know shit about how to save the earth, but they'll give them that platform because they have enough money to get that exposure to put themselves on that platform to tell us about some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see the Angelina Jolie video on YouTube where she's talking about her Illuminati in her Illuminati ceremony where she was talking about drinking blood and shit?
No, I didn't see that.
You better type it in, Angelina Jolie, and look it up.
Is that right?
Jolie, Illuminati ritual. You better type it in, and she got two friends that's talking to her, and she don't know she being recorded. You better type it in. And she talking, and they like, man, that part where you was talking about cutting the person, and then she was like, oh yeah, I don't remember that part. It's crazy.
Is that right?
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro.
And
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
It's who? Angelina who?
Angelina Jolie. Right, Archangel. It's like the man talking jive, the woman talking jive to the brother. And he was like, I dug her rap. My mama ain't raised no fool. You right. And
he said what?
Oh, the Archangel was talking about the movie Airplane. He was talking about a line from the movie Airplane.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
What we have to do is we got to have a hard reboot, eventually. As this channel grows, we got to start getting your people to start taking pilgrimages, man, to
look at
the motherland and going places together as a group where we can go check stuff out together.
It's crazy. I'm going to shout out that nigga JT, the bigger figure, man. I been looking at his shit. He over there in Africa doing They Hate or doing whatever, man. But I like how he's videoing his whole time over there and what he's doing. Giving food to him, helping them get water, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out for a motherfucker that's doing something like that. Went back to the motherland.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, a lot of us is not gonna do that and go back there and help out like that. Whatever his motives is, to me, it's a good thing. because he's showing videos of him going over there and helping. You know what I'm saying? Not just helping over here. You know what I'm saying? We want to help out people over here. Our own government won't help our own people over here. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you so much, but damn, we shouldn't have this homeless problem as the richest country in the world out of 50 states, homie. There's no way we should have anybody sleeping in the park, sleeping under roadways and bridges and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I like what homie is doing with the fresh water for the people and giving out and all that. I don't know the nigga. I don't know. Yeah, but Michael Jackson wasn't doing it on the like how homie is doing it. You know, like videotaping him going to city to city. Michael Jackson would go over there. Shit, Michael Jackson have enough money. He didn't have to sit out there. He could just give a whole town, you know, and feed everybody right then. You know, he wasn't out there in the hood though.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
You know, like how homie is doing. So you know what I'm saying? I just that's some cool shit to see on with all the bullshit that's going on social media. That's one good relief of a nigga doing something outside of, you know, but as he's doing that, he's also starting to get into it with other people that's hating on him, and his past is coming back up on him. You know what I'm saying? As far as niggas coming at him about his past or whatever, you know, what he was into. But they always
that's
hate.
what people do. People hate on you when you start doing something good. People find old stuff to hate on you about, and that's terrible, man. You know, it's like, I don't care what you did in your past, as long as you turn around. Like, my uncle unfortunately was a bank robber years and years and years ago in his 20s. He did his 10, 15 years for it. Came home, turned his life around, was a working man. People want to bring up he was a bank robber. I'm like, then why make him do his 10, 15 years? Why not just leave him in jail if you going to talk about him being a bank robber forever? He ain't committed a crime since he came home. He's been a square. He's been a civilian. He's gotten an honest paycheck. He's raised his kids. He's raised his grandkids. He's been a hard worker. Why would you, what's the point of a penal system if y'all gonna keep bringing up his past as though he didn't serve his damn time? You know what I'm saying? We need to stop doing that. We need to do what we're supposed to do and actually celebrate people who come out and do the right thing by it.
Yeah, and see, that's what I like about homie, because he pushes it on his platform. Look what I'm doing out here. And he puts them, he out there making movies with them, putting them in music videos, making music videos with them.
Yes.
Giving them water, he giving out food. He doing shit that niggas ain't even doing here on our own country. Why? Because they gonna hate on you. They gonna hate on you. You know what I'm saying? It is hard for, even if a person gets money out here and decides, you know what, I want to go back to my community and do something. You got to worry about a person knocking you down because of some old shit that happened years ago, or a motherfucker hating because you not helping them help pay their rent while you trying to help somebody that ain't even got a house.
Oh man.
But they're not, you know what I'm saying? So
oh man,
I understand. But I like it relief more because we getting a lot of this BS that's on the internet now. That two brothers got to go back and forth. Me and you supposed to be on here arguing. You know what I'm saying? We'll have more lookers. My numbers will be sky high if I was on here cussing you out and you was cussing me out.
Boy, if we was acting like Charleston White, we have a million views if we was acting like Charleston White, buddy.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I could take my slow trend upward, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't do nothing but go up. You know what I'm saying? the same
Right.
path that I've been doing it right here. Fucking with
And
what I do.
nobody's talking about them that millions, the money that was found in behind Joe Osteen's toilet. Nobody want to talk
No.
about that.
And you know
No.
that, and you know they ain't sitting so girl yet. I think old
Mm-mm.
girl got a little bit more to say before you get my time. If I'm going out, I'm not finna kill myself, but I'm going out with a bang because it's all you see the first person they already got is the Queen's brother, or what is it to her? She stripped him of everything because he was caught up with that same shit with them girls and trafficking and doing all that. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? The Queen
Yep.
stripped him of everything. Like, oh, you was messing with them girls too? She stripped him of everything. There's a whole bunch of people on the top of that ladder that old girl knows about. And she not finna go down because she going down for what dude killed himself for. He should have been going down for it. You know what I'm saying? But
They
now
all
they
know
taking
what
it
was
out.
going on.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It's fun until you get caught. It's fun until
Huh?
you get caught.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I watched the story. I watched the story today where they was talking about in Russia. This dude got sentenced, and the people are petitioning the court to let him out. They call him a national hero, because he killed his best friend. He made his best friend dig his own grave, and he killed him.
That's right, Lisa.
Um,
Prince Andrew.
and they said, I was like, damn, he a hero for making his best friend dig his own grave and kill him. So I was into the story, and they
Right.
said he and his best friend got drunk, and so he took his best friend to his house, and he went to his best friend's phone to call his wife, let his wife know that he was okay. He was spending the night over there, and he went to his phone. He saw that his best friend had molested his daughter and took pictures of it.
Oh, I know what story you talking
So
about. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
molested my daughter. So he made him dig his own grave and kill him. And he got arrested for murder and prosecuted him. And the people were
Right.
like, hey, nah, you got to let this dude go for what he did. Anybody would have done it.
Right.
Man, yeah, let him out. Let him
Right.
out. Somebody touched one of my daughters. I'm not
Right.
waiting on the law.
No.
Because
Like,
chances are it's not going to be eye for an eye to the law. And I
right.
know
Like,
any police officer or any judge, they going to want to be a man first too.
right. Like Monique just said, it's a whole list of people repping those kids. She had a submarine to transport children. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She was doing all that for dude. But there's so many high class, reputable people that had him, Trump was right with dude. Hugged up. They got pictures of him hugged up and all that. You know what I'm saying? There's a gang of people, politicians and all, that was going through him to get young girls. She knows the whole thing. And she's still alive and she about to get booked. Oh yeah, she finna give up some names. Y'all can cut that 30 years down. Can y'all get it down a little bit more? I tell you this person, can he cut it down? Because she ain't got sentenced yet. She just got found guilty. Oh, all them people that know her and know what they was doing, yeah, they shaking in their boots right now.
And you know who was
You know what
trying
I
to
mean?
save kids? You know who was trying to save kids from shit like that?
She said she don't believe he's dead. You don't believe he's dead?
You know who was trying to save kids from shit like that? To be honest with you,
Who
Michael
that?
Jackson. Michael
Oh.
Jackson. And I'm going to tell you, I used to go to his house.
Uh-oh.
I used to go to his house. And my sister used to go to his house. And he
But
was
he
never
was-
there. He was never there. He was never there.
the belief to say that he would bring a kid to a mansion like that just to do that, like I forgot what comedian said that. Dave Chappelle. He said, man, well, why Macaulay Culkin didn't get touched? Out of all the kids that he get touched, all the kids that they say he touched, all of them was looking for some paper.
When them two boys went, and they said in the documentary, that train was there. I called my mama up and I was like, Mom, that train wasn't there. Because when I went, the train wasn't there. And I'm going to tell you when I went, and I'm going to tell you why I went. I went with the Brotherhood Crusade, which is Danny Bakewell's company. The person who used to send us was a lady by the name of Brenda Marsh. Brenda Marsh is now dead. What Michael Jackson used to do is he used to let busloads of kids, disadvantaged youth from cities and schools that couldn't afford to go to Disneyland, Magic Mountain, Knott's Berry Farm, mostly black and brown, go to Neverland while he was not there. I was in high school, 93, 94, 95. I would be one of the young adult chaperones. My sister's 7 years younger than me. Of course, my dad was mayor at the time, so I'm going just watching some of the other kids. There will be other teenage kids there, just like me, watching some of the other little kids. And what he found out was Disney didn't own the name Neverland. And he was trying to turn Neverland Ranch into an actual full-service amusement park so that kids could go. His city didn't want to allow them. His neighbors didn't want it to be turned into a full-service amusement park. And Disney fought him. But Disney never owned the name Neverland. They never owned the name Peter Pan. And DreamWorks was fighting him over the logo because his logo and DreamWorks logo was the same, practically identical. And I mean, I can't go no further than that, but what I can tell you is that what them dudes were saying about the train being there, that train wasn't there back then when they said it was there. And I know for a fact that the many times that I went with a bunch of different sets of kids, every time they looked for Michael, they was told by the people that was watching the house that Michael wasn't there. And that was always the standard answer after that first incident with the first kid. You know what I'm saying? So, that shit where them two boys got up there and testified and said, hey, he didn't do nothing to us. And then they turned around and said, yeah, he did do something to us after trying to get paid by his estate. It's some BS. But again, everything is monetized and economized in this country. This is a capitalist society. So yeah, selling kids is on the menu. You know what I'm saying? Just like selling inmates is on the menu. Privatized prison, transferring the inmates and giving them a different job, because not every prison do the same thing. So when you get transferred someplace else, you get a different job doing something else. You know what I'm saying? Not every place do the same thing. You know what I mean? So inmates get sold too.
Right. And see, that's why I just say that old girl, I think old girl is not going, just like Lisa was saying, Matt Gaetz. Matt Gaetz is another fool that's going down. Absolutely. He just ain't got, he caught up. They just ain't snatched him for it. They waiting patiently to get up all the information, but he know he going down. I don't know why he's sitting up on the, want to stay in the mix with old girl and talk shit about the Democrats and do all that, but fool, you going down. But I believe old girl, she not gonna go out with a bang. She not gonna go out by herself. She not gonna be the only one doing 30 years. She finna bring down some people before
see
she
the
go.
way it works. The way it works in politics is that even though you know you in trouble, when the federal government is coming after you, they'll let you go to sleep. They'll let you go to sleep and keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna try to see who else you gonna contact to see who else they can get. You know what I'm saying? They gonna wait to see if there's somebody else that know what you're doing. Because in politics, there's always somebody that know. You know what I'm saying? And there's always somebody that you gonna say, well, this person knew what I was doing, and they the one who taught me how to get in contact with this one. So if Matt Gaetz ain't been tried, convicted, and thrown under the jail yet, he done probably gave up some dirt on 2 or 3 people that's above him. Even though he's still gonna go.
He's just not gonna go for the longer time. Oh yeah.
You know how the game go.
Yeah, he's not getting that time knocked down. You know what I'm saying? Before he go, because he, you know what I'm saying? See, but the problem with it is Gates would never be in this problem if his boy that he was with, they didn't snatch his ass up and get all the information from him. That's how Gates got implicated in it. Now Gates saying, well, shit, I'm a politician. Dude wasn't a politician.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Gates is a politician. So Gates is saying, well, I got some other friends that's here. Knock this off. Just don't tell them that I told you that they in the mix with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
and you know what's foul? You know what's foul? These fools could buy islands. They could buy planes.
Was the Madam Jeffrey Epstein had to go to because he documented everything. That's why the Republicans trying to stop the January 6th. Because it would open up floodgates. Oh yeah, it's gonna open up floodgates. They're not gonna be the only way that they're gonna be able to stop the January 6th commission is if they can vote as many Democrats out of the House in 2022 and open up that seat so they can get an advantage, so that they can say this January 6th thing, let's take a vote in the House. Oh, no, we don't want to see the January 6th no more commission, and they can drop it. But right now, they full-fledged. They finna
they're not going to be able to get, the Republicans aren't going to be able to swing any seats because right now, the gerrymandering that's going on is swinging in the Democrats' direction. And what gerrymandering is a legal way for the Democrats to redistrict the congressional and Senate districts in their favor. The last 3 election cycles, the Republicans were able to gerrymander in their favor because they were in the majority. Now the Democrats are in the majority. They are able to gerrymander in their favor, which means that they can recut districts where they have the majority of the votes. You know, but what I was going to say was it's crazy that they can buy islands, boats, airplanes, submarines, UFOs, jets, with all these abhorrent behaviors, and we got to cross our fingers just to buy a goddamn Nissan Sentra and shit. You know, we want to get a car loan. You want to get a car loan, you're crossing your fingers, and you're a good person. You know, COVID-19, you got to run and find toilet paper on the shelf. And these people are buying private jets. It's like, you know, the world is screwed up. We don't have our priorities right. Man, we've been on for 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Yes. I said that 30 minutes ago, but you continued to talk, so I was just wrong with you.
I'm sorry, my bad.
No,
Everybody else
we good.
Too. Don't blame it on me.
Hey, I need to watch ours anyway, Army. So I was good with it.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? We was in a good flow. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to stop nothing. I still got few viewers in here looking at us.
Yeah.
We ain't dropped to 0. We ain't dropped to 1. You know what I'm saying? So there's a few people in here like what we talking about, and they
I
chatting
kind of
amongst
need some
themselves
therapy. I
in
kind of need
it.
some
You know what I'm
therapy
saying?
right now.
Oh
I
yeah,
kind of
we
need
we
some
do
therapy after my
initial
announce.
initial announcement. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just rolling with it. We just flowing with it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Okay, talk about the truth. Big up to him. Good deal. He says that which one? What song? I'm gonna play it. He said Cocaine had a song, Manchurian Candidate. I guess he says he speaks about that. So let's see what he's talking about. Cause I don't remember the song. You getting sleepy up in there?
Me?
Yeah.
No, no,
All right, let's see.
I ain't gonna be able to sleep.
Here we go. Let's see what he's talking
Nah,
about.
brother. Yeah, let's hear this. Cocaine is nice.
Control the whole globe through computer chips. They change legislation, affect the laws, targeting black folks without no probable cause. America's a corporation still got niggas in chains. They got secret concentration camp streets with no names. Just waiting for the jump off the planet like that. We killing each other, but the government supplying the straps. Sit the fixes in. They trying to silence. Whether it's through mind control, poison or violence, deadly disease, viruses, chemical warfare, electric frequencies with toxins in the air. Massive gnosis affecting the whole culture, satanic vultures. They killing niggas like poachers. They control your vertical and your horizontal. If this was the matrix system, then I would be the oracle. Fold full of chemicals, lead in the water. They got more liquor stores with churches on the corner. Who really killed Malcolm X? Who killed Martin Luther? And who y'all think is the shooter really ain't the shooter. Mind manipulation, hand quicker than the eye. And did Biggie really call his death when he was born to die? And was Pac reminiscing on the premonition? To send a message to the youth to wake up and start listening. False prophets making profits. Why these preachers get more riches? Poor niggas got empty pockets. They got masculinity, it's now turned feminine. Rappers used to wear brute, but now they smelling like cinnamon. Walk around town wearing dresses in a bitch purse. Now that I think about it, you used to be a bitch first. Cause it was always in you what's next on the menu. Cause niggas that sell their soul to have the devil go up in you. And if you start speaking the truth, it's suicidal. Fuck around and get took out like Whitney and Michael. Had a bruise for scarred by heart. Oh well, they killed a bunch of niggas when they waking up them sleeper cells. They trying to send us all to hell. They got everybody under mind control. Red lightning stop, green lightning go. Put thoughts in your mind that you never told. If I die before I wake, don't let them take my soul. They got everybody under mind control. Make you move fast, make you move slow. What you think you know, you don't really know. Some wicked people doing things behind closed doors. Manchurian candidates. Don't be a motherfucking puppet, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was tight as shit. I ain't
Yeah.
never seen that. Oh,
That
that's
was
gonna
a
be on.
banger.
Yeah, that's gonna be on my next opening. You know what I'm saying? Hold
I
on.
like that. I like that.
Yeah, that was tight, man. You know what I'm saying? Did you hear the beginning? We're gonna
Hell yeah.
can we hear it again?
Play it
Can we
again.
hear that again? Man, that shit
Play
was
it
tight,
again.
bro. Hold on, we're gonna play that one more time for y'all, man. Cause that shit was tight.
Now they conspiring with the grays on the mothership. Mark of the beast. Control the whole globe through computer chips. They change legislation, affect the laws, targeting black folks without no probable cause. America's a corporation still got niggas in chains. They got secret concentration camp streets with no names. Just waiting for the jump off the planet like that. We killing each other, but the government supplying the straps. Sit the fixes in. They trying to silence. Whether it's through mind control, poison or violence, deadly disease, viruses, chemical warfare, electric frequencies with toxins in the air. Mass hypnosis affecting the whole culture, satanic vultures. They killing niggas like poachers. They control your vertical and your horizontal. If this was the matrix system, then I would be the oracle. Food full of chemicals, lead in the water. They got more liquor stores, but churches on the corner. Who really killed Malcolm X? Who killed Martin Luther? And who y'all think is the shooter really ain't the shooter. Mind manipulation, hand quicker than the eye. And did Biggie really call his death when he was born to die? And was Pac reminiscing on the premonition? To send a message to the youth to wake up and start listening. False prophets making profits. Why these preachers get more riches? Poor niggas got empty pockets. They got masculinity, it's now turned feminine. Rappers used to wear brute, but now they smelling like cinnamon. Walk around town wearing dresses in a bitch purse. Now that I think about it, you used to be a bitch first. Cause it was always in you what's next on the menu, cause niggas that sell a soul to have the devil go up in you. And if you start speaking the truth, it's suicidal. Fuck around and get took out like Whitney and Michael. Battered, bruised, but scarred by hard. Oh well, they killed a bunch of niggas when they waking up them sleeper cells. They trying to send us all to hell. They got everybody under mind control. Red lightning, stop, green lightning, go. Put thoughts in your mind that you never told. If I die before I wake, don't let them take my soul. They got everybody under mind control. Make it move fast, make it move slow. What you think you know, you don't really know. Some wicked people doing things behind closed doors. Manchurian candidates. Don't be a motherfucking puppet, nigga.
Yeah, that shit is deep there.
That goes.
You know what I'm saying? That goes.
That
For
goes.
Sure. Somebody said it's a. I think this is the one. So I'm gonna put this on Archangel because it got music to it.
That goes.
Quicker than the master would.
Hold on.
And they love their master. And they love their master more than the master loved themselves. They would give their life to save their master's house quicker than the master would. The house Negro, if the master said, we got a good house here, the house Negro say, yeah, we got a good house here. Whenever the master said we, he said we. That's how you can tell a house Negro.
Yeah. They conspiring with the grays on the mothership. Mark of the beast. Control the whole globe through computer chips. They change legislation, affect the laws, targeting black folks without no probable cause. America's a corporation, still got niggas to change. They got secret concentration camp streets with no names. Just waiting for the jump off, they planned it like that. We killing each other, but the government supplying the straps. Set the fixes in, they trying to silence. Whether it's through mind control, poison or violence, deadly disease, viruses, chemical warfare, electric frequencies with toxins in the air. Mass hypnosis affecting the whole cultures, satanic vultures. They killing niggas like poachers. They control your vertical and your horizontal. If this was the matrix system, then I would be the oracle. Food full of chemicals, lead in the water. They got more liquor stores, the churches on the corner. Who really killed Malcolm X? Who killed Martin Luther? And who y'all think is the shooter? Really ain't the shooter. Mind manipulation, hand quicker than the eye. And did Biggie really call his death when he was born to die? And was Pac reminiscing on the premonition? Look, let me explain. That was Pac reminiscing on the premonition to leave a message for these niggas to wake up and start listening. False prophets making profits. Why these preachers getting rich and poor niggas got empty pockets? They got masculinity, years, now turned feminine. Rapper used to wear brute, but now they smelling like cinnamon. Walk around town wearing dresses with a bitch purse. Now that I think about it, you used to be a bitch first. Cause it was always in you what's next on the menu. Cause niggas will sell their soul to have the devil go up in you. And if you start speaking the truth, it's suicidal. Fuck around and get took out like Whitney and Michael. Battered, bruised, but scarred, but hard. Oh well, they kill a bunch of niggas when they waking up them sleeper cells. They try to send us all to hell. They got everybody under mind control. Red lightning stop, green lightning go. Put thoughts in your mind that you never told. If I die before I wake, don't let them take my soul. They got everybody under mind control. Make it move fast, make it move slow. What you think you know, you don't really know. Some wicked people doing things behind closed doors. The federal government is the biggest hypocrites. Shit, even the Constitution was written on him. Fuck the policy, fuck the regulation. Let me break it down to you for this quick demonstration. Pharmaceutical companies, they making trillion dollars, writing them fake prescriptions. Malpractice doctors, they never taught us about the natural healing. Look, let me explain. They never taught us about the natural healing. Cause they making the killing off killing niggas by the million. And slang the body parts, heart of the heartless. Public enemy #1 and niggas all tar. Now they ask me if I voted. I said why bother? Donald Trump about to fuck these niggas like he did his own daughter. Yeah. Now let's change the subject. Cause these weirdo motherfuckers make me queasy to my stomach. Brain to these kids trying to take their soul. With some dope, with some money, with some fame, with some gold.
To understand this, you have to go back to what young brother here referred to as the house Negro and the field Negro. The house Negro, they lived in the house with masters.
Hey, yeah, that was the shit right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to start putting that in my intro. I like that right there, man. I appreciate that, Archangel, for putting me up on that, man. I had never heard that song. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I had heard most of his songs, but damn, I don't remember that song. Maybe I just heard it and just overlooked it or something. I don't know. What's up with you?
That's funky.
Southside Compton, appreciate you still standing tall, my brother. Rap scene was unfadable, man. We had a lot of Pomona rappers come out, man. That's why I represent so much anything young or new that's coming out, man. I try to push it on my platform, but I'm definitely taking that cocaine song there. Yeah, we've been on here about 3.5 hours, man. I want to let everybody know that
Southside of Compton. Hey, wait. Southside of Compton go hard. I couldn't in the 90s, early 2000s. I couldn't watch nothing black without seeing seaweed in it.
Seaweed.
I was like, Rocket, dang, man, he in this one too. Dang. Yeah. Dang.
I want to let everybody know, that's on the platform, man. Check out the Goob Show on Thursday. It's the takeover. Kev Mack, he dropped in. Appreciate him dropping into the show. Tonight, we got it hooked up where he has the ability to come on my show whenever he wants to. He'll be taking on my show on Thursday. Don't know what he has planned. You know what I'm saying? But shit, it can't be nothing but getting better for my platform. I'm trying to go up, and I'm going to do that. You know what I'm saying? With the people that I got that's been true to me, the moonwalkers, that fuck with this UFO type shit. Man, I appreciate all of y'all. This is what I do, but I also do represent Pomona. And I keep it 100 on that, man. But that cocaine right there, that Manjurian, that's gonna be on my intro, man. I found me another song to add with King Real, and that one is gonna be the song now. And then I'll just play everybody else's young Pomona music throughout my show. Lisa Marie from the SSV, I appreciate you stopping through. Tell your boys over there at Westwood One, shout out to them, man. It'll be a pleasure for me to come on their show, or for TJ and Mario and y'all to come over on my show. You know what I'm saying? And chop it up with me. You know what I'm saying? It's a Pomona thing with mine. You know what I'm saying? Especially on the South. You know what I'm saying? I represent that to the fullest. So you send that message there, Lisa, to your boys and tell them Goob said either have me on their show or they come on over here to my show, man, and chop it up with me. We can do it on Saturday when they do their little show or whatever. Archangel, Southside Compton, Monique, Eyeball Torres, Henny God, I'm pretty sure you took your ass to sleep. Kev Mack, I appreciate you coming through. Vibing. No, you probably still ain't here, but if you are, shout out to you, homie. It's Crystal Brim, appreciate you coming. My wife, appreciate you tapping in on us. You know what I'm saying? Giving your input or knocking anybody out that's talking shit. Get them, Jank. Appreciate you, homie. Let's see who else up in here that's been up in here. I'm looking through the chat, man. I don't know who the rubberneckers are that may be up in there, so I can't give them a shout out because they ain't said nothing in the chat. But to all my Pomona South people, love y'all. I appreciate you, Omar. You stayed up this long with a brother. 3.5 hours we did this. Next Tuesday, we're going to do the same thing. We'll be right back at it. We'll come with something different.
You got that text message?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know how to add it and do it right now. But what did you want to say about it? Let me see if I can. Yeah, I just want to.
Logo I sent you.
Yeah,
Can you tell what it is?
No, I can't. That's why I'm trying.
They got rid of that logo because it's 666. Look at it good.
See, I was trying to pull it up on the internet.
It's that's Google old 666 logo that they used from about 20
right. It was just a
2017, and then
it was
they got
just
rid of it. People figured out what it was.
Why do you say that?
Huh?
Why do you
see the three different colors?
Yeah.
You see the three different colors actually make a circle.
It's supposed to be them is African colors, red, black, and green, right?
Yeah, but the fact that
red, yellow.
They circle into a 6. They circle into a 6. They all circle into a 6. They go into a circle.
I see that. I'm trying to look at.
They all fold into a circle, and you don't know till you look at it, and you really focus in on it and look at it good. One love, Archangel. We was talking about indoctrination and seeing it. So we can make that part of next Tuesday.
Yeah, because I'll download that and we can talk. We can get into that. That information on that, because I see it now that I'm looking at the picture, but I didn't understand when you sent the picture like that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Sending out love to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Hey, support the platform, homie. You know what I'm saying? You got anybody that's interested in fucking with UFOs or just any different conversation? Come fuck with the Goob Show, and we're a variety here. I can go from one extreme to the next. I can go from square to crazy. You know what I'm saying? I can go from the penitentiary to UFOs. We can take all stair steps on here on the Goob Show. Once again, I appreciate you staying up with me, Omar. Check me out in a couple days. If not, I'll see you next Tuesday, my brother. You know what I'm saying? But check out the show Thursday. Let's see what Kev Mack does to my show. For all y'all that's in there, check it out. You know what I'm saying?
Oh wait, don't forget to tell them. Don't forget to tell them. In 5 Tuesdays from now, spread recipes. Don't miss it. Spread recipes.
Spread recipes. We'll do the spread recipes. I got a bunch of spread recipes. You know what I'm saying? Don't trip. Hey, shit. I just made a spread last night. You know what I'm saying? With me some noodles and all that. You know what I'm saying? And put all type of shit. Only thing I didn't have was some oysters or some, you know what I'm saying?
No, not the oysters, dude.
Yeah, I ain't had the oysters to throw up in there. So, you know what I'm saying? I know what I am. What'd you say?
I'm gonna bring you some oysters.
All right. We definitely got to have some of them, or some, you know, some jalapenos. The whole thing. You know, I put in my spread now. I put society type foods up in my shit. You know, in the penitentiary, you only have certain items you can get to put in there: sardines, oysters, and all that. You know, when you're a free man, shit, I can put a little steak up in there, throw the oysters up in there. You know what I'm saying? A tad bit of mayonnaise, a little bit of mustard, throw that seasoning on top of it. Man, all I need is the crackers. You know what I'm saying? Shit, my wife love a spread when I make it. You gonna make a spread? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I done got her hooked on that.
Why we friends, y'all? You see how I can get him talking? Like
yes,
he
sir.
was leaving.
I was leaving.
Spread recipes, and now he on another. We can go for another 2 hours. All right, I'm gonna cut out. So you can.
Hey, appreciate you, my brother. You
all
take
right,
it easy, man. You stay safe out there. Tell the family I said what's up.
All right, we'll do, champion.
All right, now. Later.
All right, later.
Hey, appreciate everybody that stopped through. Checked out the Goob Show Bacc Moon series. It is a full moon tonight. I'm glad everybody stayed up. The few people that did stay up and check this out. It was real informative. We had some fun. It's just black men talking about something outside of societal ghetto violence that's going on. You know what I'm saying? I can't say anything good or bad to say about my platform, but one thing, we're going to try to be informative here. Before I go, I am going to play this Manchurian Candidate one more time by Cocaine on my way out. I love that. I appreciate y'all for giving me that song. Can't believe I never heard it. We know, Lisa, that you eat them spread. You know what I'm saying? Most of the homies, we make them spreads. For sure. I appreciate all y'all stopping through, man. You know what I'm saying? As I do on every show, free my nigga Yahui, free my nigga Huff, free my nigga Big D Capone, my homie Lil Dre, free my nigga Dead Eye Tim. You know what it is. Pomona South till I go. Peace out to everybody, my man. See you on the next one.
More than the master loved himself. They would give their life to save the master's house quicker quicker than the master would. The house Negro, if the master said, we got a good house here, the house Negro say, yeah, we got a good house here. Whenever the master said we, he said we. That's how you can tell a house Negro.
Yeah. They conspire with the grays on the mothership. Mark of the beast. Control the whole globe through computer chips. They change legislation, affect the laws, targeting black folks without no probable cause. America's a corporation, still got niggas to change. They got secret concentration camp streets with no names. Just waiting for the jump off, they planned it like that. We killing each other, but the government supplying the straps. Set the fixes in, they trying to silence. Whether it's through mind control, poison or violence, deadly disease, viruses, chemical warfare, electric frequencies with toxins in the air. Mass hypnosis affecting the whole cultures. Satanic vultures, they killing niggas like poachers. They control your vertical and your horizontal. If this was the matrix system, then I would be the oracle. Food full of chemicals, lead in the water. They got more liquor stores than churches on the counter. Who really killed Malcolm X? Who killed Martin Luther? And who y'all think is the shooter? Really ain't the shooter. Mind manipulation, hand quicker than the eye. And did Biggie really call his death when he was born to die? And was Pac reminiscing on the premonition? Look, let me explain. Now was Pac reminiscing on the premonition? To leave a message for these niggas to wake up and start listening. False prophets making profits. Why these preachers getting richer? Poor niggas got empty pockets. They got masculinity, it's now turned feminine. Rapper used to wear fruit, but now they smelling like cinnamon. Walk around town wearing dresses with a bitch purse. Now that I think about it, you used to be a bitch first. It was always in you, what's next on the menu? Cause niggas will sell their soul to have the devil go up in you. And if you start speaking the truth, it's suicidal. Fuck around and get took out like Whitney and Michael. Better bruised but scarred but hard. Oh well, they kill a bunch of niggas when they waking up them sleeper cells. They try to send us all to hell. They got everybody under mind control. Red light means stop, green light means go. Put thoughts in your mind that you never told. If I thought people won't wait, don't let them take my soul. They got everybody under mind control. Make it move fast, make it move slow. What you think you know, you don't really know. Some wicked people doing things behind closed doors. The federal government is the biggest hypocrites. Shit, even the Constitution was written on him. Fuck the policy, fuck the regulation. Let me break it down to you for this quick demonstration. Pharmaceutical companies, they making trillion dollars, writing them fake prescriptions. Malpractice doctors, they never taught us about the natural healing. Look, let me explain. They never taught us about the natural healing. Cause they making a killing off killing niggas by the million. And slang the body parts, heart of the heartless. Public enemy #1 and niggas all tar. Now they ask me if I voted, I said why bother? Donald Trump about to fuck these niggas like he did his own daughter. Yeah, now let's change the subject. Cause these weirdo motherfuckers make me queasy to my stomach. Brainwashing these kids trying to take their soul. With some dope, with some money, with some fame, with some gold.
To understand this, you have to go back to what young brother here referred to as the house Negro and the field Negro. The house Negro, they lived in the house with master.